that's the stuff.
Not a good start.
Did one of you guys cut your thumb? Is that what I just
Cheers.
heard?
Clink, clink.
Cheers.
Dan, you can do
Cheers.
yours.
Oh, I didn't crack.
Make it clink. Wait.
Oh, wait.
Wait, we got to stabilise that thing.
Nice.
Oh, clink, 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 clink.
Cheers
to the potty. Cheers to hot bitches, if you will.
Ooh, okay. Welcome back to another episode of Tax Deductible Gamer. It's you might have picked up there is a completely different energy. As always, I'm your host, Daniel Dennis, or Dan Dennis, as I prefer to go. And not as always, I'm joined by...
I don't know why I can't stop laughing.
We're newbies to the podcast scene, so please bear with us. It's a lifelong dream.
So yes, I am joined by three brand new podcasters, Grace, Remy, and is it Lucia? Which one do you prefer? I should have asked.
Lucia? No, it's Lucia.
It's Lucia, cool, yeah.
Call me Chi.
Chi, gotcha.
Yeah, Chi.
Chi, nice.
Chi-Chi's fun.
Yeah, that's a good, fun little nickname.
Thank you, I do like it. It's better than Lucia.
Yeah.
Or Lugina.
Yeah.
Lucia.
Luches.
Is a
Cheese.
Luchesme. Shy.
My sister calls me Malaya by Conrad. Don't know how that came about, but we love it.
Oh, Jesus.
We're a really different energy. Yeah, you're in for a real treat.
This is hit like 100 right from the get-go.
Yes.
And like I was made aware that could happen.
We always said we'd be good for radio.
Yes,
Yeah.
You're actually fulfilling a lifelong dream of ours.
That's
As of a week ago.
as of a week ago, as of the Felons
Debut.
Oh yeah, the Felons debut. That was quite good. Actually, just so everyone's kind of aware at home, do we want to go around the circle and just say your name and a fun fact? So, Grace.
Oh gosh, so yeah, well, my name's Grace, and a fun fact about me, I don't know.
Too many to choose
Too
from.
many to choose from.
Too
I
many to choose.
suppose
Fair enough.
one fun fact about me, I can dislocate my thumb pretty well. Like, you wouldn't be able to see this, but I'll show you. Look at that.
Oh,
So
Jesus Christ.
So I played the violin.
Picture speaks 1,000 words.
I played the violin for like 11 years. So basically, when you play the violin, your thumb has to like cup the bottom of it.
Yes.
So I've learned how to dislocate my thumb
Yes.
to like
I actually-
keep it in there.
That's a fun little thing. I played the
Yeah.
violin for 7 years.
Did you really?
Yeah, grade 2, grade 3, through
Yeah.
to grade 7.
What made
no,
you
that's not
stop?
7 years at all. Grade 2, that's 5 years. Grade 2, yeah. Oh,
right.
God.
What made you stop?
Poor mathematics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it
Okay.
was. Why did I stop? Oh, I just didn't want to play it anymore.
That's
I got
okay.
into the violin for the strangest reason.
Why?
It was-
Why? What
Enlighten
happened?
us.
Yeah, please.
I had a crush on a girl in my class who played violin.
I've been there. I have been there, but with the guitar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she actually.
If Dan's listening, I only started guitar because I had a crush on Hugo's my brother, his best friend, who was heavily into the guitar.
Did it work? Can I ask if it worked?
Couldn't tell you.
Well,
I don't
look
know.
where we are.
Where I
Clearly
am.
not.
Yeah.
I will say that actually for a good period of time there was something there.
There was.
Definitely was something there. So
Young love.
Can I ask
First
how old you were?
kisses.
I think you were around about 12.
Just to clarify, we don't.
even know what a penis was back then.
Take that back. It was year 12 when you did live in La Vida Loca.
Oh,
And you were strumming on the guitar
year
ensemble.
10,
Year 10.
maybe.
Yeah.
10.
Young love.
So yeah, that's my
That's
fun
your fun fact. The
Yeah.
violin dislocating your thumb.
I can- yeah,
Thankfully, I got
dislocate my
out.
thumb.
Thankfully, I got out before the dislocating thumb came
Yeah,
in.
see, I was in too deep by that point. I
Yeah,
couldn't
you
escape
couldn't
it.
stop.
No.
Remy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Remy. And
Hey, Ram.
Hey, Remy.
Ram.
hi. It's like AA, isn't it?
Yeah. And when was the last time you had a Pepsi Max?
Well, you'd think it was
Right
5
now.
minutes ago.
Yep.
Mine was actually last night. I'm addicted to these things.
Pepsi Max is so good.
It's the sugar-free that gets you in. I don't know if it hits harder, the fact
Yeah.
that it's sugar-free, but
There's something about
there's
it.
something about it. Can I just ask a quick question?
Yeah.
I'm just going to
Yeah.
digress. Pepsi Max or Coke Zero?
Pepsi
Pepsi.
Max.
Pepsi Max.
I think
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
you're
good call.
going to mix it with like an alcohol.
Yeah.
You go Coke Zero.
No.
you don't think?
See, Pepsi Max, I think
And
the taste is a bit
Bacardi and
stronger.
Pepsi.
So, you know,
Great
it's
combo.
the
Master the taste.
alcohol, you know, it's easy to drink.
Just on that Pepsi Max note, this is a really funny story. We had a tutor, and she tutored Lucia and I for maths. This is when we were in high school. Her name was Narelle, goes by Nezzy. And I kid you not, this woman would rip through at least 3 Pepsi Maxes in an hour.
That's
Yeah.
It's no joke. This is no joke.
Yeah, not kidding.
It was
Can't be good for
crazy.
you.
No, it can't be, but like...
Doing the full shotgun method, like keys in the bottom, slam down the top.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm still dirty about that. I made her do my assignment for me and she got me a B. Like you pay a tutor to get you an A.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But she got me a B.
She got you a B, and
And
then,
I, you know,
Not worth the money if you ask
God,
me.
no.
yeah, and she was doing a few girls in Maths B. It was myself and another girl called Sarah, and we'd go to Maths B with like our
doing their assignments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
gotcha.
doing.
That was such a classic.
Yeah, we'd turn up with these assignments, and like she wouldn't do it for us, but she'd help us out.
Yeah.
And we'd have the same working, and it'd be completely wrong. And the teacher's like, "What is going on here?" Turns out it's Norel.
Ah,
Just
okay.
sort of mixing
Yeah.
it. Too much Pepsi.
Too much
Too much
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
She couldn't
has an
focus.
effect.
She couldn't
Yeah.
focus on the arithmetic.
Absolutely
no, not at all.
Sorry, Ren, back to you.
I digress.
Yeah.
I'll come back to my topic of conversation. I do try to think. I think that
You do try to
think. My cognitive abilities have really lowered this week. But if I had to pick a fun fact, perhaps the fact that I'm a professional student at this point in my life.
Yeah, that's a
That's a
very
fun
fun
fact.
fact.
I like to think
It's
so.
it's the most fun part of your life.
It is.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, it's what takes up most of my life.
And
Yeah.
this is your 3rd degree.
Haven't finished the previous two.
Oh,
Yes, it
nice.
is my 3rd degree.
Third degree. That's
Yeah.
also fun.
Got
What were,
nothing to say for
the,
myself.
what were the first two?
I did a year of exercise and nutrition.
Okay.
Butchered that,
Yeah.
to say the least. Did 2 years of psychology. Can't really tell you why. And now I'm in my 2nd year of speech pathology. Loving it.
Yeah.
And I think it's
She's
going to be the
gonna
last
stick with
one
this
for
one.
me.
Yeah,
I think
you
I
hear-
am going to stick with
You
this
hear,
one.
man, this is so crazy. Every fun fact so far ties back to me. I had a speech pathologist as a kid.
Did you?
Yeah, I had a stutter.
Funny, but I cannot wait
I
to
was-
be the person that you had.
Gosh, that's so cool.
See,
Yeah.
my mum used to take my brother and my sister and I to a speech pathologist because my brother couldn't speak properly and he would get really upset that he had to go alone. Anyway, so mum dragged us on for moral support.
That's great.
And because Hugo used to bang his head against the wall and go, my stupid.
And look how far he's
Look
come
how
now.
far he's come.
She's clearly, or he, has had such an effect.
Yes.
He's now an actor, and I
Yep.
hope to be that person.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow. Yeah.
We have so many things
We-
in common
yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Violin,
So
speech
many
pathology.
unknowns.
Yeah, this is great.
Goodness me. You learn.
Anyway, okay. So Chia, you got any?
Can we just think about a fun fact?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So what's happening here is Chia's forgotten
Had a fun fact.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's forgotten.
Well, she's got too many fun facts. She
A couple
can't
of fun
pick just
facts
one.
about Lucia is that you are insanely flexible. Like that is a
I
fun
am.
fact. You are very flexible. Or
Um,
another fun fact about yourself.
I can't even, I don't know.
I don't know.
You're a foodie. You're a
foodie.
You're a
foodie.
foodie.
You're a foodie.
That's not that fun though.
It is
That's
fun.
I
not
think you went to
boring.
Canada for like 3 months. That is a fun fact.
traveller.
You were a traveller.
And I was only 17 at the
Yeah.
time.
You're about to
you-
be
Oh
a
my
lact-
god, that's
I'm
good.
moving over to London.
You're gonna
Fun
be
fact.
London liver.
Applause for Chi. Big claps. Big
I'm
claps
moving
on
over
the
to
potty.
London.
When are you moving to London?
22nd of February.
Oh, so soon.
Yes, yes.
God.
With my brother and my sister.
All three of you.
All three.
The siblings are going together.
I know, but
Do you have family over there?
no. Currently, my brother is living there, but he's back for a few months.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're all moving into his apartment. And,
Nice. And he's an actor, you were saying?
Yes, he is.
What's he? Anything?
Not yet.
Yeah, cool. No, sorry.
He just
So there was some
graduated
school, right?
from
Yeah.
his acting school.
Okay,
but
That wasn't
he-
me shitting
actually,
on him. That was just like,
no. He did do voiceovers for the new Lego PlayStation game, which is coming out.
oh, the Star Wars game next year, like a Star
It's
Wars.
in not Star Wars. I think it's in space.
Star
Star Wars is in
space.
space.
Yeah,
But
the
how-
galaxy
but I don't think it was Star Wars themed.
snowboarding. Why did I think it was
It's
snowboarding?
like snowboarding in space.
It's
but-
a bit of a Rainbow Road
Yeah.
situation.
Well, we're going to
okay.
have to figure
Yeah.
out what this...
And
the name of the
so
game.
he got
Lego
paid.
game in
Yeah.
space with snowboards.
Lego
Yeah,
game
we need
in
to
space.
figure
it's a bit
this out.
bizarre, but
Lego games are good. They are good.
Yeah.
fun.
We might have to
that's his
review
like
this game.
first
Yes.
paid acting gig,
I
but he
love
wants
that.
to make
Major.
it to Hollywood, and you know.
And
Yeah,
he
of course.
absolutely will. He absolutely.
His time will come. Ooh.
So that but yeah.
So wait, I wasn't listening because I was looking for the Lego game. You like cut it out. I'm like, okay.
But Dan, that brings us to you because we actually don't know that much about you.
Yeah.
We do not know much about
Tell
you at
us
all.
about
So
you,
tell us about
what you do.
because we have no idea.
Well, Grace, do you
Fill
want
us
do you
in.
want to explain why you guys
Why
don't
we're
know
here.
anything about me?
Yeah, well, so
How this came
started-
together.
So last week we were at Felons for a friend's birthday, and I plonked
The
my
heart of
s-
Brisbane.
The heart of Brisbane,
Oh.
Yeah.
Felons. It's
Yeah.
stunning.
I imagine many listeners would have been there this
the
exact
home-
moment.
the
The home of Stuss
the home of
boys and
Stuss
boat shoes and
general all round good vibes.
yeah, Universal if you will.
Universal, Well,
Yeah.
What more could I ask for in a
that's
man?
practically Rem's type. That is Rem's type to a
Remy
T.
loves anyone with like ripped jeans,
tight-fitting
stripy,
t-shirts.
combinated
Equals.
tees.
Okay,
Yes.
so like you want the knees on display, but only if it's poking through the jeans.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't want a
Absolutely.
short.
I don't mind
Yeah.
a shortcut.
Yeah.
Shortcut pants.
Branching off from types is just such a quick
And
detour.
anyone who says brass
Brass. I
Or
love
brassette.
a brass
Oi.
user.
Oi.
I don't mind being called
or
brassette.
use is a good one too.
Users. Yeah,
I like
you can't say users. If you're using users, that's horrific.
we've
That's
got-
so bad.
We've got a pack of female sheep.
Yes, literally. On types, I was at work the other day, and this kid, I call him a kid because he is a literal child. He's 19, and I won't name names, but he comes up to me and he goes, "Grace, what's your type?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know." And he goes to me, "Oh, yeah, you'd want the dad type." And I was like, "Excuse you."
What?
I was
We
like,
do love
"Yeah,
dads.
right,
No,
yeah."
what is a dad type?
Thank you. He's like someone, who'd make a good dad. And I was like,
Why wouldn't you want that in a partner?
Exactly.
First up.
But I was, first of all, where the hell did you pluck this from? Second of all,
Yeah.
you've only met me tonight, and here you are just like making these
Where do you work?
Accusations.
I work at
Or you can just say what type of industry. if
yeah,
you
I
don't wanna
work.
name
Sorry,
it.
I work in a few industries. I
Okay.
work for a corporation, and they sort of just put me wherever they
Yeah,
have
gotcha.
work.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was working in hospitality that night.
Ah,
so
okay.
fun times ahead. But
I
sorry.
can only imagine the other employees.
Absolutely.
Mm,
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
Dan, back to you. Sorry. So back to the story.
Sorry, I'm
back to
having-
the story. Sorry. So I was a couple of low carb schooners deep at this point. and
Very
I-
nice.
Yeah, and
The skinny.
they're actually quite nice.
Make
Anyway,
for good conversation.
They do. They
Yeah.
do. Anyway, so I sat down next to Dan and I was like, "Hey, I hear you have a podcast." And
That was
I
not
like
what
to-
happened.
No.
You sat down, you said, "Oh, so how do you know Zoe?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm Ben's housemate." And you're like, "Oh, you have a podcast."
Oh, sorry. There was a bit of context to that. I was.
You didn't jump straight into
I
it.
was
Yeah.
trying to network to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
my
yeah.
career in radio off the ground.
And look
Fair
where we
enough.
are, just quickly.
LinkedIn connections straight away.
Yeah,
It was
and
good.
And we got it up and running. We got it off the ground, and here we are. And
Yeah.
I like to think you invited us to the podcast, but I think I really did invite.
Yeah, no,
ourselves
but,
to
no,
your
Yeah, well,
podcast.
I was at work at the time, so
Yeah.
I couldn't even be
She
there.
couldn't
to,
speak for
you know,
herself.
yeah, I
But
couldn't
you were
speak for
plugged in a
myself.
group chat and
Yeah.
you're not mad about it.
I was quite excited to receive that text.
yeah, it was a
course.
big day for everyone.
It
and like, yeah, it was
was.
quite
It
funny
was.
because you're like, "Oh, are you sure that's going to be okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, you've just saved me from having to find a guest to book." So this
Well,
is
a
great.
week on, I wasn't sure if this would happen, but I'm very happy
Do
to
you
say
know
that we're here.
Dan's words to me were when we put this group chat together. I was like, "Are you sure this is okay? You don't really know us." And he goes, "I didn't know your name until you were just added to the group chat."
Yeah.
Sorry, that was literally.
And now he knows you've got opposable
Now he
thumbs.
knows
Yeah.
I played the violin, and exactly, and my thumb can click in and out. So really, we're doing well. We've
We're doing
come a
so
long
well
way in a week.
Yeah, one
But-
week on, the group
Exactly.
chat's flying.
It's thriving.
It's like it's like a marketplace of ideas.
Yeah.
We're thinking, we're putting stuff forward.
The
you know,
places
Yes.
it's
this
really good.
podcast is going to go.
Oh,
Can't wait to find
I
out.
want to see it on the Apple charts, and you did say last week, and I don't want to quote you, but
Yep.
if we do get 200 listens,
Yeah, yeah.
you claim that we could be potentially on another podcast with you
on another episode.
on another episode.
Another episode. Yeah, no.
I'd love some sort of confirmation.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Like
There
it's
it
over
is. That's
200.
all we asked
You heard it
for.
here
No,
first.
no. Just to clarify, if it's like over 200,
Yeah.
we'll just like spin off Hot Bitches into its own thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. We haven't even
Yes.
said what our name was.
It's hot
Yeah.
bitches.
Hot bitches.
Hot
Hot
bitches.
bitches.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
That
yeah.
was quite nice.
And
Chi.
I
Can you
think-
just do that again?
Hot bitches.
I love that.
Okay,
and,
that's good.
I
I'll
think-
make a
Nice
time
little
note of
yeah.
that. 1342. I'll send that to the mixer.
and I think we need to.
That's nice.
Yeah.
We need to also give credit where credit due as to who made up our name, which is none
Big
other-
shout out.
Big shout
to
out.
the one, the only, Ben,
Ben
Ellis.
Ellis.
Oh,
Oh,
housemate
Big
Ben.
Ben.
shout out to
Round of
Ben.
applause for
And
housemate Ben.
yeah.
He's
How
done well.
did you meet your housemate
Yeah.
Ben?
Oh, so yeah,
Please,
Ben.
we've got
housemate.
so much to learn.
I know.
Back to you.
So housemate Ben and I.
Yeah.
So we met in high school. So
Okay, where'd you go to high school?
Went to just Villanova. over in
Lovely.
Cooperoo. Yeah.
He's
Grace
Cooperoo
and I,
boy.
back in the day, actually went on a music camp there. I was
Yes.
strumming my
A
guitar.
music camp.
Yes, music camp. Then we
Band camp,
competed.
if you will.
Band
That
camp.
one
Band
time
camp.
at band
yeah,
camp.
you would have been around. It was called
Yeah.
the Queensland Conservatorium.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was not the Conservatorium of Music.
Yeah, no.
Funny
oh,
story.
QCMF. Oh,
QCMF.
Yeah.
So
There was a
I've
band
got a
camp.
story
That was
about that.
performances. Yeah.
band
Yeah.
camp, well,
Yeah.
music camp, whatever it's called.
That
Band
was
camp
Quick
makes for a
interlude.
nice
Villanova has a great tuck shop.
It
Outstanding
does. Those
tuck
chai
shop
lattes
at
were
Villanova.
unreal.
And the bacon and egg rolls.
What?
And the
Oh,
ladies.
Jesus Christ,
so
what
nice.
years were this?
I was
You clearly didn't have this
20
memory of the tuck shop.
I went 2012 to 2016. I
Okay,
I
yeah,
think
so I
I
was
went
there 2012.
2016.
You were there?
Yeah, that was my last year.
You were a year 12 or I was a year 8, right?
Proven.
Oh, that was a peak there.
Yeah,
It is.
Take away the story.
So I had rehearsed like for a few months leading up to it.
Yep.
And
I know where
anyway,
this is going.
and then I got on stage. I was in a group, and we were playing the song.
What was the instrument?
Living the Vita Loca.
Oh, this was the
Ricky
guitar.
Martin.
Yeah, cool.
Anyway.
Oh, so at least your practice has gone somewhere. It's not just for the
Yeah.
man. It's actually created something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like
Anyway,
that.
we get there, and I'm so nervous. I fake play it. I just don't.
Oh.
I
You're
just
one of
pretend.
those.
Yes.
In an ensemble, mind you.
I flew all the way to Brisbane
Can I
from
ask?
We
Yeppoon.
bussed.
Oh,
We
bus,
bussed.
which is
We-
even worse.
we
It was
get
like
on a-
10 hours.
We get on a bus, and I'll never forget that year because one of the girls bought. This is when 50 Shades of Grey was blowing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she bought 50 Shades of Grey. And
How
she'd
old was
read
she?
it. She was in year 11, and we were like year 10. We were a bit younger, and
Which
she
girl?
was. I can't remember her name. I think it might have been
It
Maddie
w-
Chalk.
it would
I
have
actually
been-
think it was Maddie Chalk. Oh no, she would have been older.
Or maybe it was Puff. We have so many names. So there was a girl called Puff, and she used to have
Wait,
like
what the fuck? No, okay, no.
No. It's not. No. It's not bad. No. Listen. No. Not that.
It's like
no.
okay,
No. So she would do her hair in a little puff at the front, like the 90s. No, what?
a beehive.
A beehive. Anyway.
What's that sound you do?
No, what was it?
Straight up, no.
I was like, no, actually, I just need to check you guys.
What was that time?
No, she would like a beehive back out the front, and every day it would be perfect.
It was perfect.
Like
And we
you could
would-
throw a ball at it,
Her
and
name
it
was-
would just bounce
Her
back
name
at
was
you.
actually Gemma, and she had drumsticks. And she was like one of those, those girls that that lady who does that. She's got her arm up and she's like, "Come fight justice for the resilience."
It's like
with
a propaganda.
It's propaganda, and she'd always have this little bandana in her hair and
With a little puff.
And we call her We're back to puff. And like anyway, I don't know if it was.
Oh
it
my
was
god.
puff or not, but
Oh god.
her name was Gemma.
I just
Sorry,
had, all I had to do was just double check. It was like, oh, I know you guys are from a country town. Like,
Oh my god, no, we're good
yeah,
people.
no.
We are good
gals.
people.
Yeah, you're good people.
Anyway,
I was
back
just
to the
like-
story.
We don't use the word
So
in the
back
wrong
to
context.
back to Villanova. Great tuck shop, great facilities at Villanova.
Gosh, we can really take a conversation anywhere.
Oh,
can't we?
yes.
Yeah.
And then Grace and I got stuck in the lift for 30 minutes, and we nearly missed our show.
Oh,
I
in
had
the
to run
hand
to
hand?
Yes.
Not that it would have
I had
mattered
to-
for you.
No,
Yeah.
I
You weren't
had-
playing anything,
Yes.
were you?
See, I was there with my violin, ready to go onto chamber ensemble. Pretty big deal being in the chamber ensemble, and I'm standing.
Well,
there, I'm
chamber's massive.
Chamber is a flute and a violin. We were actually doing a rendition of "Can You Feel the Love Tonight."
Oh, nice.
It was
by the
beautiful.
Lion King. It
Still,
was
it
stunning.
still sends me shivers down my spine.
And I think we did Eleanor Rigby that year as well. So it was my two favourite songs. And here, Chi and I are stuck in the lift. We got in so much trouble that year.
Well,
because
It only got stuck because the St. Brendan's boys, which is our brother college,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
decided to jump. On the
And,
count of three.
They had to
great.
actually get someone in to get the lift sorted, and then Villanova sent
The bill.
the bill, and St. Brendan's, I think, were
Lucky you weren't
pretty
claustrophobic.
mad. They were pretty mad. Oh, it was claustrophobic.
Yeah, imagine with
It
all
was-
those boys in there.
Oh,
Also.
yeah, it was
I always get so
sweating.
scared. Like, imagine if you get stuck. Like,
Yeah.
imagine if you have to poo. Like,
In a stuck lift. Like,
I
what
like
do you
in
do?
that
front
is
of
your
everyone.
first
I'm
thought.
so,
Okay.
No, but think about
Question.
it.
Question.
Imagine like getting stuck in there for like an
Yes.
hour,
Yeah.
and then
What do
needing
you
to
Not
go
too bad
to
if
the
you're on
toilet
your own,
in
but
front of
the
everyone.
boy.
Yes.
And when you're that age and only there to impress a boy, would
Exactly.
have had a major impact.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, was the boy in the lift?
No,
No,
he's actually
he-
at a different
At
school.
a different school, but
Okay.
But yeah, Villanova, great place.
Yeah,
so you went to
amazing.
Villanova. So
Yeah,
that's
so
how you
yeah.
know your roommate Ben.
Yeah, that's how I
Okay.
know my roommate Ben.
Yeah.
But no, fun fact, because QCMF was my favourite time of year.
Stop it.
Because
Wow.
we did, so in that week, Wednesday was normally a public show. It was the Echo show holiday, but we didn't get it. We did our sports carnival that day.
Love it.
But then we got Thursday, Friday off for QCMF.
Oh, that is so good.
We used to, yeah.
Yeah, because all the
Were you
classrooms were
playing your
being
violin
used.
there? Were you included
No,
in
no.
this?
So I wasn't doing violin. I was
Oh.
doing guitar and choir. So yeah.
We did
Choir.
choir.
Yeah.
Well, we'd
Only
love to hear
because
your
our
singing
mums
voice.
forced us
We'd
into
love
it.
to have a segment on the
No.
singing voice.
We could maybe later,
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
If we're
uh,
branching onto choir, we've got a cracker of a choir story. Unbelievably good one.
Which one?
Because I was going to say with the guitar one, there was one show we did where it was a similar thing. There was a note that everyone was struggling to hit, and then so everyone was like, "Oh, someone else will just get it," and literally no one played. But because it only lasted a beat and everyone started playing again, it
Yeah.
sounded like it was meant
It
to be
just
in the
carried.
piece.
Yes.
And we just watched our conductor just slowly just like start shaking and chuckling because it was one of the funniest things. It's
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I was going to ask what you're missing of the note, whether or not it made an impact.
Oh, we didn't miss a note.
But you weren't.
You weren't playing.
Your
So
entire
when you're
song
in-
when
so
you missed.
when you're in the choir, when you're in an ensemble, they have like sections 1, 2, and 3. So there's going to be a few other people around
Yeah,
you on
with
the
you.
same part.
So you were more
can-
for show.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And no one would have known.
Nah.
No.
So you were just there to look pretty.
I would like to think so.
And you did
Great
pretty.
job.
Thank you.
For the listeners that can't see her face, we can.
Yes.
She
Yep.
is
She's
quite
chuffed.
She is quite
thank
something.
you,
She's
ladies. You're my
chuffed.
number one supporters.
So yeah, back to Dan. I feel like we've made
No.
so many detours. I
Yeah.
apologise.
No, that's okay.
I
That's-
think we're
this is
just
what it's all
finding out
about.
how much we have in common.
Yeah, so much.
This is the first time we've really sat down and chatted.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest.
Because last week I was
Yeah.
tired. I was pretty PO'd. I was paying $9 for a kombucha. You know.
Oh,
Why do you
yeah.
drink that?
Kombucha.
Oh, I'm just not drinking at the moment. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
and that's been you're like, oh, I'll
Good
save
on you.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, I'll save some money, buy like
Yes,
alcohol-free
so
beer,
dear.
and like so much is just so expensive.
Yeah.
I had like an alcohol-free gin last night. That was like close to
it
$10.
good?
Yeah,
What's
what does it
it?
taste like?
Tastes like gin.
$10? Are you kidding me?
That's
Yeah.
rich. You should have just got a lemonade. Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, just get a lemonade.
But then when you get the lemonade, you get like all the sugar and shit, and it's like
That's why you stick to
Sugar-free.
Pepsi
Yeah,
Max.
that's why we stick to
Max.
Pepsi
And
Max.
get
Ginger
sponsor
beer.
us.
Ginger beer.
Oh my god!
Delicious.
Imagine
I
if we
love
get
the
really
Sponsorship of
famous and then we
Pepsi
get
Max.
sponsored.
If Pepsi
Oh my
Max
goodness.
sponsors us,
Fine.
Life
Yeah.
made.
yeah, life made.
I mean, honestly, because here's a. Actually, no, I'll save it. I'll save it for the peak and
Oh,
pit
yeah,
later in there
yeah.
because I've got a good peak around Pepsi Max.
Oh, good,
Ooh.
good.
Yeah,
Can't wait
yeah.
to hear it.
So,
It's
one
good.
fun fact about you, Dan.
Fun facts about me.
please.
I'm just very lovable.
We know.
Yeah, no.
Not a
You've
shock there.
welcomed us in.
Yes, with open arms. You've let us into your home, a beautiful home at
You've
that.
let us crack a Pepsi,
Pepsi.
Max.
You've
Yeah.
given us a Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, it was it was
Microphones,
nothing.
the setup is impeccable.
We got everything here. I don't know. Fun fact: I have a video game podcast, which is the hardest thing about having a video game podcast is dating.
Tell us about
because at some
the
point
ladies.
you have to tell them.
I
But you
do a
have a video game
podcast.
podcast.
I do I'm a white man with a podcast
But what
about
is the
video games.
ladies out there?
It's-
I think that's an admirable trait. I think doing a
is.
podcast.
I do.
It is.
Yeah, good on
Yeah,
you.
I
You've
know.
made our dreams come
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But it's always just like touch and go because you're like, oh, this is
Yes.
something I've done to myself.
I see. And because
How long have you had this podcast?
A couple of months.
How did
Okay.
it start? How did it start?
It started I just think it's quite funny to try and claim video games back on tax.
I think that's smart. I think that is actually
Like that's it.
smart.
I just think it's a very funny idea. So that's all this podcast is really for.
And look how far you've come. I mean,
Yeah.
look at. I wish
Setup.
the
Look
listeners
at
could
this
see the
big
setup.
When we walked in,
Yeah.
we
Set
were
up.
honestly,
Shocked.
Yeah, astounded.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
The
I've got
things
some-
that you have.
I've got some other stuff that I'm trying to get working. I got a bunch of GoPros so I can start filming it and stuff. But like, yeah.
We'd
That'd
love
be
to make it to
great.
YouTube. We always
Yeah,
thought we were good
YouTube,
for radio,
Twitch,
but
oh,
Yes.
yeah.
having viewers would be the next step.
That's the next. Yeah.
And so,
then
what's your
merch.
favorite game? Video.
Favorite game.
Perhaps we should try it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, favorite game. It's got to be like a Pokemon game of sorts. I just
Okay.
just a classic
Yeah,
from childhood.
Squirtle.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Squirtle,
Pikachu.
Pikachu. She's doing well so far. She's got 2.
Who else? I know they evolve. I know Squirtle evolves into a bit of a turtle
Yeah,
situation.
War Turtle. You're correct. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah,
So
okay,
all those
she's doing
Saturdays
well.
watching Team Rocket really did pay off for
Yeah,
me.
it paid off. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Were you watching Team Rocket because you thought they were the good guys?
I would watch it with my brother Harry before we went to soccer in the morning, and we just sit there and
Yeah.
with Ash and
Yeah,
the girl
yeah.
and Brock and
They're all there.
They're all there.
They're all there. So yeah, that or like also like a Lego game. Big fan of the Lego. Like Lego Star Wars, they're really fun.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that would be good.
Oh,
Lego
yeah.
Batman, can I ask?
I played a bit of Lego Batman. I've
Not
never
your
played
favourite?
all of it.
Lego Harry Potter.
I played the first Lego Harry Potter. I haven't played the one where it's like all 7. I want to do that.
You've just done years 1 to 4.
Yeah, just
me
done
too.
yeah,
I
yeah.
had that on my Nintendo.
That was a weird one because you could just start blasting people.
yeah,
like
it
you just
doesn't
kill other
seem right.
students.
You could just Avada Kedavra whoever.
Yeah,
Avada Kedavra. Avada Kedavra.
Yeah.
Whoever you like.
Wow.
Yes.
know a lot more than I thought you would.
I am a gamer.
Yeah.
You are.
Low key. No, not really. But we actually, before coming here, we collectively prepared a couple of games. Like, we're nostalgic games.
Well,
Yes,
we'd
of
like to
course.
meet you halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
at the end of the-
understandably.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's very much appreciated.
No, we were having a bit of a chat, and I know personally, I owned a Nintendo. I think Remy owned
I
a
also owned a
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
When you say Nintendo
No,
Wii, do you mean like the
my
3DS,
parents-
the
A
Wii?
DS.
No, my parents did not let me own
A DS.
like a PlayStation,
A Game
Nintendo, Game Boy, any of that.
Nothing.
Like I wasn't allowed to, and I've got a very sad story. So
This is funny.
we would Every Saturday.
So 1 second. You go, I've got a very sad story. And Grace is like, it's so funny.
It's so
Your
good.
sad story
I know
brings me
where
so
it's
much
going.
joy.
No, it's just sad
Yeah.
that I did this on my behalf, you know?
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
I'm
every
intrigued.
Saturday we would go and watch my brother and sister play soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, all the siblings who were watching their siblings play
Oh,
would have
yeah.
a Nintendo and
Yeah.
a Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
And
never had a
anyway,
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, I had a
I didn't.
Tamagotchi.
It was
Yeah.
a Tamagotchi. Anyway, Mum and Dad still wouldn't buy me one. And then, do you know what I would do? I would get Mum and Dad's coffee cup and pretend it was a Tamagotchi.
Oh, no.
Just to fit in with the cool kids.
Did it even look like one?
Oh, no.
I don't know.
So you press on like
No,
a little,
yeah,
you
you
take
know,
like soy.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally. Okay,
So
I
you
was
just took the coffee cup lid and you were just
Yes.
playing with that.
Yes, I was
Oh my
preschool,
God.
guys. I just wanted to be cool.
Imagination-wise,
She didn't know
Yeah.
any
your
better.
Yeah.
creativity is really
Yeah.
something
Thank you,
to
thank
Yeah,
admire.
that is
Thank
something.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the fact that you're like, coffee cup lid, that'll do. And that'll trick everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was my little...
Did you name it?
Standout.
No, I didn't. Oh, maybe. Can't remember
Might
now.
have, but
Did you have an ongoing narrative with the coffee cup lid every week?
Look,
Did you check in with your Tamagotchi from
Yeah.
time to time? Like, was the
Look,
Tamagotchi real in your eyes, basically?
no, see,
Yeah, so
I would
that's
destroy
fair.
it by the end of it. It was just...
Oh,
you know,
okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There'd be a few holes. It would start ripping, around the
Yeah,
edges.
yeah.
I'd have to throw it out.
Oh.
But,
Yeah.
you know,
it'd only make it the
Yeah.
1 hour
Yeah.
soccer game.
yeah,
really.
exactly.
But you know
exactly.
what? It did more for you.
Then we could have even imagined.
I know.
Probably a
It
real
was-
Tamagotchi would have.
And look how I've turned out
It-
later.
your
Yeah.
creative
Fine.
mind.
And
Yeah.
it probably brought you less stress than my Nintendogs
Yeah.
ventures bought me.
Saved
God,
your
yeah,
parents
you didn't have
money
to
that
look
they've been
after
able to put towards anything else.
I remember my mother saying to me, I don't know who plays Nintendogs, great game. My
I
mum's
must say, Nintendogs.
I had a real dog, and I remember Mum saying to me specifically, "You spend more time with your Nintendogs than you do with your actual dog," and it's because I was training them to be champions.
Yeah.
Like, I was putting in
I
the
had lucky
work.
a disc champion.
Oh, yeah.
Agility.
I had Lola an agility champ.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
And I'd get the way where I was a bit of a saver on Nintendogs. Like, I
Yeah.
really put in the work. So I'd max out all the food I could.
Yeah.
I'd max it out to 100 food,
Yeah.
100 water, and I'd save.
Yeah.
I would save all my money I won from competitions.
Yeah.
Didn't-
I had plenty of dogs in the
didn't-
dog hotel. I'd rotate
Swap
them out. Yeah.
Swap them out.
If I look back now, I think those poor things would be famished, parched, and
Oh.
really need a wash.
Yeah, the
would
fleas would be
flying
jumping
around.
and then you check back in, and the dogs are real surly, and they're like, ruff, ruff,
Yeah.
like they're
and you need to
mad.
pat them. You really need to get back in with them. Yeah.
but,
It was fun at the time, but
Nintendogs
now...
was great.
Oh, I actually turned my DS back on the other day.
Yeah.
Great childhood memories.
Oh,
Really
What
great.
would you have on there?
Oh.
I had Zoo Tycoon.
I had Zoo Tycoon too.
Can someone explain what that is? I have no idea.
Sorry, Lucia's over
Yeah.
here. They
I'm
didn't
in
have
the
the
dark.
capabilities on the coffee cup to play
Yeah,
these
God,
games.
no.
Zoo Tycoon. Well, in this particular game, the
Yeah,
coffee
so-
cup would not have sufficed.
Yeah, for Suzaku, you're probably going to need like a Macca's tray or something, a nice big rectangle. So
Plenty
you
of
can-
straws,
yeah,
maybe
straws,
might have
yeah.
helped. Some sort of McFlurry cup may have helped also.
Let's,
Ama-
okay,
so-
well, yeah.
I was going to say, like, imagine managing your own zoo.
Yeah.
Stressful.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
that
that's
is
Zoo
Zoo
Tycoon.
Tycoon.
That's Zoo
Yeah.
Tycoon.
Put it simply.
Bindio and vibes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Australia Zoo is yours.
The animals
Yeah.
get sick, and you've got to
You've got to help.
You've got to get
God,
the
that is
customers
You've got to
Stress.
have enough food. You've got to clean them. You've got also got to pick a good sized enclosure for them. There's a lot you have to take into account.
The animals might be sick. You've got to go clean their enclosures. That's
Yeah.
what I never had the time
You
for.
have to have
Yeah.
enough
There are
staff.
better
You've got to
things.
have good utilities throughout the zoo because obviously the people want food. They need to buy tickets.
They need bins. Bins are underrated in zoos.
Yes,
They need
too much rubbish.
Too much
Absolutely
rubbish.
Too much rubbish.
And
Yeah.
it was
I
quite stressful.
imagine that really helped brain training wise. It was a lot to consider.
Nintendogs taught me how to save.
Did
It
you-
really did.
I was going to say, with Zoo
Yeah.
Tycoon, did either of you ever get the urge and follow through with the urge of deleting one of the walls of like a tiger cage or a lion
No.
cage?
I
Did
did, and I
you?
let them
Yeah.
run free. I
And
really
how
Yeah.
did it go for you, Rem?
Oh, it starts killing.
Yeah, for the
Actually, I don't know
it's
if it did on the
bit of a-
DS.
bit of a massacre.
On the PC
Did it?
version, it
Oh
would
my
attack the
It'll-
yeah.
It did on the DS, but it didn't kill the people who would come in. What do you call them? It didn't kill the visitors.
the
It didn't kill the
visitors.
visitors.
It just killed the
Staff
trainers.
Only. Staff only.
They
Oh
were
my God.
selected.
Yeah,
they
were
were
very
selected.
selective, which I'm shocked,
No.
but it never killed the
Well,
visitors.
See, that's interesting because that's less of like an act of rage, more just like an act of vengeance against their captors. Like
Yeah,
they're
but I
rising
mean-
up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit of a Animal Farm
It's a real-
situation.
yeah.
Has anyone seen Animal Farm where it's a
I've
play?
heard of it.
It's where the pigs take charge
Yeah.
in the farm, and they're like, come out.
I think I have.
Bit of a shake and stir
Bit of a
situation.
George Orwell
Yes.
stuff. I've seen one of the 1984 adaptations of both
don't
Shake
put
and Stir.
yourself through it.
Yeah, I watched and I was like, this
They
sucks.
teach
And
that in
then
year 12, actually.
Yeah.
Come back.
I thankfully never had to be taught it. I pretty sure our villa was like the only school that didn't teach it.
Really?
Judy
Yeah.
in year 12.
Man, we did like James Bond.
What?
So good.
Yeah, it was
So
like,
boyfriend
and it was like
club.
it was like, and it was looking at it from the perspective of it started off with books, and then, but more importantly, following how it changed from the original era to the new era.
Oh, good.
And particularly
Okay.
looking at like names of just like how like all the old Bonds, like the Bond girls are like called like Pussy Galore and shit like that.
Oh, of course.
and how
Galore.
and how with Daniel Craig's it was like Vespa
Yeah.
and like someone
Yeah.
else,
Yeah.
and like how he was just, I guess, more respectful.
Yeah,
I don't
like-
think he really hit that until Spectre, but
It was trying to show that, like,
yeah, we did.
evolution, probably.
Yeah, we did James Bond, and then I would have done another book.
Probably
I think
not.
I did Breakfast at Tiffany's was the
Oh.
other book
Oh,
I
that's
did.
a
Oh,
classic.
love-
Bit of
Yeah.
Audrey.
Love
Yeah.
Audrey Hepburn.
Yes.
No, not the movie, the book.
The Breakfast Act. Is that?
It's based on a book.
Is it really?
I
Yeah.
need to, it's a Penguin classic. I did know
Yeah,
this. No
yeah. It's
idea.
based on a book.
Yeah.
It's
I'd love to read it. Might have to add that to the list.
I've
I
never,
love
I've
that
never,
movie.
I've never seen the movie. Apparently, the ending of the book is very different to the ending of the movie because the way that the book ends, it's a very sour note.
Is it really?
really?
Yeah.
That's
How
like
does
the
it
Notebook.
end?
The Notebook.
Oh, spoilers.
Spoiler.
Do people mind spoilers?
Spoiler alert.
Is that something
She
you do on here?
disappears.
She goes bush.
Yeah, she goes. Someone disappears. Someone goes disappears.
I love the way
in
the
like
movie
an
wraps it
island.
up. I think
Yeah,
it's a very nice ending.
Yeah,
It's perfect.
yeah.
it's
I
not so
agree.
much. Yeah, it's not so much like a love story in the book. It's more
Oh.
like obsession.
Oh, shit. So
Yeah.
they've
Quite
taken a totally different
Quite a
spin.
different
Yeah.
backstory.
I
then.
think it's a Capote. Did Capote write it? Does anyone here know of
I've no
Truman?
idea.
Does anyone here know of Truman Capote? Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I've got no clue. If
No
anyone
idea.
can help us out,
Listeners,
please.
try and
Comment down below.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if
that's
you
actually
can do
no.
that
Isn't
podcast.
comment down below
That's very
YouTuber?
YouTube. That's,
Yeah.
We're
It
moving on
is.
to these
Well,
things.
Yeah, just
YouTube is next.
hit up the DMs. You know,
Yeah, the
just slide into one of our
DMs.
DMs if you found it from here.
Back to the gaming just quickly
Yeah.
because she said she didn't have any, like didn't know about
No,
the gaming. I
no.
have to say, like, I can chime in here and say that growing up we played a lot of Grand Theft Auto. Like you might not have had
Grand
Nintendogs,
Theft
but
Auto.
Grand Theft Auto we've got
I
a
would-
great story.
Can I
about
ask what
Grand
sort of
Theft Auto.
game that is?
It's
Is
a
it
driving
PC?
game. Yeah,
Is
no,
it-
it's a PS4 game.
PS4, any,
Yes.
most PlayStations. It
Yeah.
started on PS2 and Xbox.
It is
yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I didn't. I
You good with the
obviously
control?
didn't have a PlayStation,
Yeah.
but I would go over to Grace's house during high school and we would play it.
All
And
my brothers.
one person would get out the map, the other person would just follow. Well, I was chronic for following the road rules, so I would stop at stoplights.
Oh, that's so
I would
funny.
Well,
let
look how you turned out
pedestrians
as a
cross.
driver.
Yeah.
You went a long
And
way.
she
Yes.
would fully pretend her family was in the car, and like she'd want to pull up to her house at night, and she'd
I would-
take them to the shop.
I would go house hunting and I would pick my favorite house, and every
Groceries
night
as well.
I wish, but I would go and get some chicken from those fast food places.
Yeah.
I'd go sleep with prossies.
Oh my
But
goodness.
The thing is with Chi and I, it's like on the map. So when you get the Grand Theft Auto like game, it comes with a map.
Yeah.
And Chi and I,
Is it Grand Theft Auto 5? Is that the one we're
it was
talking
the
about?
most recent one. My
Oh,
brother.
yeah, so Grand Theft Auto 5.
Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto 5. And Chi and I, one of us would be on the map, like with the road rules, like going, okay, the hair salon's over here, and we'd go and we would spend all my brother's money. Like we'd spend so much of his money, and
Yeah.
he'd come back to the game,
And
and he'd be
he
like,
would have
"No,
the
what have you
shits."
done?" And me and Chi are like, no clue. We'd
Can
bust
I-
his cars, we'd blow up the cars.
It was such
save
good
the
fun.
game.
Do you know what another good
Oh,
game is?
yeah.
Sims.
Chi loves Sims.
I
You know,
love
like-
Sims. Anything with a family, I always found that so
She-
fun.
a virtual
it's a lot more
family.
relatable, isn't it?
Virtual
Yeah.
families.
She would get so mad when her families wouldn't have more kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You'd force them to have heaps
I'd
of
do
kids.
like renos
You're
on the
destined
house.
to be a grandmother.
Yeah, or destined to be a mum.
A mum.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Let's go for mum.
Grandma.
No, because I was just like, I feel like...
Dan skipped a generation.
Yeah,
Yes.
I skipped a generation,
Yeah.
but I feel like wanting people to have more kids and being annoyed when they don't have more kids, I feel like that's
Exactly.
more of like a grandmother
Exactly.
move than a mother
Yeah, it
move.
is. It is. It's
Yeah.
more of the push from the grandma.
That is
Yeah.
true. But yeah,
And
Sims
as we know,
always
most mothers
amazing.
become grandmothers.
That
you
is
know.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, it is
I
true.
do hope to be a grandmother one day.
Yeah.
You've got,
As
you've
do
got it on
I.
you've got it on the vision board.
Yeah.
of being a grandma.
Yes.
Grandma.
Produce breeders.
Just
Which
great
is very
hair.
futuristic.
What's another good game?
I think Mario Kart deserves a mention.
Oh.
On the
That is
Wii,
good.
only on the Wii. Unbelievable.
Mario
Yeah,
Kart.
absolutely. Mario
Did you
Kart.
have the Nintendo Wii?
I did.
Yeah.
Princess Peach.
Did you have the Nintendo
Yes,
Wii?
absolutely did.
Did you
The
get
Queen has
Queen is
arrived.
Zoe.
Zoe,
Oh,
Ben's
Zoe.
girlfriend,
Zoe.
has
Zoe.
just rocked up. And
And shout out to Zoe because this is where Zoe's birthday is where this came.
Yeah.
Yay.
Zoe. You can say that she really did bring us together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, she did.
Yeah.
like birds of a feather. The Pepsi. Sorry. Sorry.
Mario Kart, similar to Mario Kart. Just a quick like shout out to Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Great game. They brought it back for the PS4.
Yes.
PS4,
PS5.
But
I got it on the Nintendo Switch.
I have it on the. I used to play it on the PS1. Like
Yeah.
that is old school. It was always very stressful.
It is very stressful having never played it before until recently. I was like, because all they've done is remastered. They haven't fixed it. So like all the stuff from PS1
You've still got the
is still
boulder
there.
coming at you from behind. Is that
Well,
right?
you still have that. But no, I was talking about more on like a technical level of just like.
Sorry.
But
Well,
no,
there's
the
a lot
boulder-
more to factor in.
Yeah. But no, I was going to say Nintendo Wii. So you two both had a Nintendo Wii.
Yeah,
I
Remy
did
and
have a
Grace?
Nintendo
Yes.
Wii.
Did you get it? Was it the Kevin 07 GFC fund? Was it like 2008,
No.
2009 Nintendo Wii?
Oh yeah, probably would
It
have been.
probably would have been.
I think
Was it the
I must admit,
$1,000?
as
I think I
as a
purchased mine
child-
from EB Games.
Oh, you purchased it yourself?
Yes, I did.
Oh, so it wasn't your parents?
Really?
I think we got it. I think Harry and I.
Mine was a Christmas
Or maybe
gift.
we got it for a Christmas gift. Actually,
okay, yeah,
it
yeah.
came with two games: Big Bass Fishing
Yeah.
and Wii Sports. They were doing a promo with
See,
Big
mine,
Bass
mine
Fishing.
came with We Play. We
I-
Play.
What
There was
is
that
We
main
Play?
game.
I've never had
It was
We
like
Play.
there was actually one, and you had a tractor, and you had to like.
What? Was this exclusively sold in rural areas?
What is-
Like, this is-
No,
Yeah.
no, you.
Right.
There were multiple
Just going for the
games.
rural feel.
There were multiple We Play games. I think it was like to work up your ability to use the remote. And
Oh,
anyway,
right.
you'd have to, because you have to do a lot
Skill
of.
set.
Anyway, you would set yourself up on a tractor, and I think
Yeah,
you like
yeah.
herd the cows.
Oh,
That was-
that's
That was
great.
quite fun. I
That's-
used to run a lot over.
What?
For all the upcoming farmers.
There was a scarecrow game as well.
Oh,
It
wow.
was
It's a
very
bit
rural,
fun.
but
Yeah, that
feeling,
is very
isn't it?
ag.
I'd like
That's
to
very
think- there was a
agricultural.
shooting game. I do remember
I
a
had the
shooting
shooting
game.
game too.
And were you shooting wild boars?
No, no,
Like-
just
Mine was
targets.
actually, I can't remember the name of it, but it was called it was a shooting game. It came with its own gun, and you'd shoot like.
Oh, was it
geese.
Call of... Oh, geese.
Geese and animals. And it was like a wildlife one. You'd go.
Oh,
in
like
Africa,
buck hunting or something.
something like that, and you'd go
Safari.
on these safari missions
Yeah.
and shoot like hippos and stuff.
Wow.
Goodness me.
Yeah,
she's a
that's-
little gamer girl.
Game girl.
Did you have to pose for photos afterwards?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
with my kill on the screen
Yeah.
on the Panasonic.
Does anyone here have a fetish for gamers?
I can't.
We do now.
Yeah, yeah.
What-
We are
about
gamers. We
anyone-
are gamers.
No,
What about you?
No, are you
Dan?
talking about anyone here listening, or are you talking about anyone here have a
You.
fetish for
Anyone
I think
around
I-
this table?
I can't say I do. I don't think I do.
don't necessarily.
Well, not a
I wouldn't
fetish,
necessarily
no.
say it's a fetish. Like I
A
wouldn't.
preference.
I'm not looking for anyone.
No. I'd be open
Yeah.
if someone was a gamer, but
Yes.
not a fetish for
Yeah.
gamers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
Games.
think if someone liking games or not liking it, I don't think that would be a deal breaker.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No.
What is a
Yeah.
deal breaker? Deal breakers. I've got one.
Oh, you
Yeah,
got
go.
Okay, we'll start.
I'll start us off. Toenails that have grime in them.
Oh,
Just toenails.
foul.
Just cut the
I
toenails.
do not like the sound
Grubby
of that at all.
toenails? I can't.
Ooh.
No.
This
yuck.
just reminds me of Year 12, Grace, and there was this guy who tried to kiss you, and then you looked at his toenails, and you're like,
I
"Ew,
actually
I
did.
am not getting with him."
That's so true.
That
I
is-
remember
yeah.
that, and I didn't. I was only like I was just going to.
Did you have your eyes shut during the kiss, or where were you?
No,
where was your
I-
head?
Looking at his toes,
I
obviously.
was like, oh my god! I was like, I can't. His toes are so bad. Like,
Was he wearing thongs?
I can't remember.
Oh, if only the poor kid was wearing sneakers.
That's so bad
Yeah.
of me, isn't it?
Nah.
It was just.
no,
a
I think
smooch.
that's a fair call.
I didn't
like
do
that
it though.
one.
I couldn't follow through. I
don't like
genuinely
that.
couldn't
Yeah.
follow through with
Well,
the.
you would
with
have had the image in your
with
mind.
the kiss, if you will.
little kisses.
Anyway, yeah, deal breakers.
Deal
Ah,
breakers.
let me think. What about you, Dan?
Deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
This is going to sound so weird. Bad narrative structure
As in storytelling,
in storytelling.
like when
Ooh.
verbally
Yeah,
or
verbally.
Oh,
If
Chi
they
and I are
can't-
out.
Oh, I
Yep.
see. Yeah,
We're
no.
gone.
Chi and Rem out.
Yeah, if
See
they-
you
later.
If they can't keep me entertained, it's
Yeah.
just like
so
it's
hard.
a
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
no, that's
no,
so
telling a
bad.
good story is an art. It is
Yeah.
an absolute art.
Deal breaker, Chi?
I'm trying to think. I hate someone who chews so loudly, like
Oh, isn't that
Oh.
awful?
with their mouth open.
Probably
Oh.
guilty of that
You
myself.
can see it, like it's so loud.
I mean,
no,
yeah,
no,
to be
no,
fair,
no.
No. I feel
chewing
like
with the
you do
mouth
it-
open.
you do
No,
it-
but like
That's a
you do
different
it-
deal breaker.
But that
You know,
is a sound
you know.
that you can't get out of your mouth.
Yeah.
What was that claymation show? Gumbo or something? You
Oh,
chewed like
yes.
that?
Oh my
like it
God,
chewed like a
the-
cow?
Yeah,
What you were just
like,
doing?
it's-
Yeah.
I hate camel.
Yeah. See,
Camel chew is bad.
with your mouth open, but that particular chewing.
Yeah.
Nah.
out of
Wait,
the
what do you
picture.
mean you're okay with people chewing with their mouth open?
Like, if you're gonna throw, like,
If you're throwing something in, you're
in your
fine.
mouth, yeah. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not-
but you're not chewing with your mouth open then. You're
No,
just
no,
throwing it in.
yeah.
No,
No.
So you're just opening your mouth to get the food in, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about. Oh, what do you mean? That's a turn off for you? I was like, no, I think that's
No,
cool.
no, I was confused. I thought you were saying chewing with your mouth open isn't a deal breaker for you.
Oh no, it is.
Yeah.
Yes,
I thought that's
it
what you were
is.
saying. But then when you clarified, no, you're chill with people opening their mouth to get food, and that I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm cool with
Yeah.
people eating.
I
Like
feel like
that's just how you. Yeah, that's just how you eat.
Subconscious thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, Rem, what's your deal breaker?
BO.
Oh,
Oh.
that is hygiene.
I think
It is
my
disgusting.
hygiene.
It just goes to show that you don't look after yourself.
Exactly.
No.
Well, if you come
Like-
back from a day of work, I understand.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. You
If
might
you
not have
don't-
deodorant on
you
you.
know,
but-
apply the deodorant.
Buy
And
yourself.
I
Bad
think that's
breath
a
is
deal
another
breaker
one
too.
too.
Yeah, bad breath's
across
rough.
the board deal breaker for me. Like not just a potential partner.
But just personal
Do you know
hygiene.
what the worst part about BO is?
What?
Is when someone has it and then they go to hug you and then
And
because
you
I'm
catch the
I'm really
whiff of it.
small. Like
They go over
You
the
just- you
top.
go straight in the
armpit
armpit.
goes on
Yeah.
my
Yeah, I
shoulder,
can see
so
that.
then I'm
The hugging
tainted
dynamics
with
for
smell.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like
Yeah.
we're all quite tall, whereas
Yeah.
that can be an option. But
Yeah.
for you, the dynamics of
Yeah.
hugging,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
really brutal.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Never thought of. I've never thought how hard short people have it
I
until
know.
right now.
Yeah.
And
Just sniffing the world's BO.
Yeah, exactly. One sniff at a time.
Changing the world.
Yeah.
absolutely. I was gonna say. So speaking on like things we don't like, should we branch into our new segment?
Yeah, 100%.
Which
Let me because my phone's going
we-
quiet.
Oh, you're fine.
Was it quote of the week?
We have quote of the week or
we have
pits or peaks of the week.
Let's do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do we want to? I don't know.
let's do quote. Let's
We'll
just
do
do quote.
quote.
We'll do quote of the week first.
Okay,
You
so-
introduce it.
Yeah, no, that's
so
the quote did happen in my presence by
I mean,
none
yeah.
other than
You need
Remy
to give them a
Funch.
little
I
backstory
do.
though.
So I'd had a really bad day at work. Not a bad day, just it was not my day. It was not my day.
I feel like you were coming off the back of
Yeah.
a reasonably okay morning.
Yeah, and then it just sort of
And it just got progressively worse.
11:45 hit and just went like it went just
Oh,
downhill.
damn.
Anyway, I come back and Rem, in an effort to make me feel better, said this quote, which I think's really funny.
Tell them what happened though, Grace.
you don't. We don't need to go into specific. Let's just say.
I may have brushed an expensive car.
Yeah.
And I may have felt really bad about this.
Yeah.
Really, really bad. And I come in.
But
and
to be fair,
and I'm-
you don't actually know if you did brush it or
It
not.
may not have
Exactly.
been
Exactly
It may
right.
not have been the Mazda 2.
And
it
we're-
may have been a scooter, a ripstick. I don't know.
Or a bird
Yeah.
flying past. We don't know.
We have
Exactly.
Yeah, we
No
actually
one
don't
knows.
know. This is Schrodinger's car brushing.
And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I thought to myself, do I leave a note? Do I do it? Do I not?
Oh fucking hell!
It
So
wasn't
please don't think I'm a bad person, but I come in and
If
I'm
anyone's a
debating
bad
this, and
person,
I did. I debated leaving a note. I debated
You
not
did.
leaving a note.
If
and-
anyone's the bad person, it's me
I
because
feel
I
really
have
bad doing this.
convinced you to not leave the note.
yeah. So
And
anyway,
in an attempt
I feel
to
really
make you feel better. No, don't feel bad.
I do. I do.
for all the viewers out there,
Oh, I've got a guilty
Grace and
conscience.
Remy are both uni students, so they don't have a lot of
Don't
money.
have the money.
and I may.
I
Nor
have-
do I.
But in the car's defense, I think it would have came with a touch-up box. I do. It's that much of an expensive car.
You don't even know if
would
it
have
was
come
you.
We
with
don't
some
know.
touch-up
But
paint.
also, we don't know if you did anything
No, I
wrong.
may not have
We
done
don't.
It. I
Exactly.
may not have done it. It may not have been me. So anyway, I didn't end up leaving a note on what may or may not have been an incident caused by me or a bird.
I've had people
Or
scratch
our-
trolleys against my car,
Yeah.
and I know
Yeah.
this for a fact because it wasn't me.
So I
No
feel
note.
bad. Please
No
don't think
note.
I have a guilt. I please don't think I'm a bad person. That's
Oh, I
just what
definitely don't
I
think
want to
that.
put it out
No,
there.
no, no.
Anyway, in an effort to make me feel better about what I had done, my really, I'd come back before this incident may or may not had occurred.
I'm trying to put
I'd-
things into perspective.
I had a bad morning and I come back and this happens and I walk in the door and I'm chopping up my rock melon, just hating my life. And Rem says to me, Grace, I'm going to put this into perspective for you. Someone stole Will's tools and didn't even tell him. And Will's our roommate. So shout out to
And
you,
then-
Will, if you are
Will.
listening.
Yeah.
Backstory to Will's Tools.
Oh, yeah, this is pretty
It was
rough.
late at night, and there was a group of people that broke into his car and stole all of his
All
tools.
of his everything.
And they
And this is the
And they
third
didn't tell
time
him.
All the
someone has
Makita.
stolen his tools.
Off his canopy, which is meant to be breaking
which was,
free.
yeah, it was parked on the street,
it was meant to be
and
breaking
there was big
free.
locks.
So
And
he's a carpenter. Let's just put that out
Yeah,
there. He's a
yeah.
carpenter. So he's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
tools in his car.
Yeah.
And
He's
basically...
been there for almost like
A
8
year,
months. No
yeah.
break-in.
No-
No
Yeah.
break-in
No
at this
break-in.
stage. So I think he was shocked by
Actually,
that.
take it away because it actually starts the night before. Doesn't it? You heard a
Yeah,
sound.
well, you heard rustling in the
yeah,
bushes.
So I woke up to the sound, and my room is closest to the road.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got up, looked out my window, couldn't see anyone, but I could hear something. And then the noise just stopped.
But see, we have
And
a
then-
possum problem.
Yeah,
We've
we
got
have
a
a
huge
possum problem.
possum
Oh.
So
problem.
I just
Very
presumed it was a possum,
Yep,
and
yep.
you know, didn't
That's
think
it. Why
would you
twice
have thought
about it.
otherwise?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the difficulty with stranger danger. You never know if it's a possum or a
Literally.
stranger.
We live
Exactly.
literally.
We live in a safe suburb.
We
really
do.
do. It's
Very
a
child,
family-oriented
very
suburb.
We
It
do
is.
trick or treating in our suburb.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
wow.
do.
We're those people. Anyway,
Anyway, I went back to bed and then I heard like a piece of metal drop on the floor and I was like, this is a bit sus. And then I overheard people saying, go, 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 and then hopped in the car and I ran back out to the window to have a look to see the number plate, but couldn't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we woke up
And actually, I was going to uni that morning, and for some reason, I'd forgotten something I needed at home. So I'd done a UE at the regatta, and I'd come back home, and I'm pulling up behind the Hilux and notice this canopy's open. And I look inside, and I'm
Bad
like,
news.
oh,
Yeah.
there's nothing in here. So tentatively, sort of, hey, Will,
Bring it up.
Good
Yeah.
morning.
how are you, my
How
little
are
possum?
you?
Hope
Yeah.
you had a good sleep.
How are you,
Sleep.
tiger?
And all he's doing is buttering his toast. And I'm like,
He doesn't
just
know what's
quick
imminent.
question. I was like, how many tools did you have in the back of your car? And he goes, oh, everything. And I was like,
Oh,
I was
shit.
like,
no.
you might want to come see this. Anyway, so I go outside.
Show him the
Everything-
damage.
Everything is gone.
It's gone.
And so this is where the quote comes from, with Rem saying that someone stole Will's tools and didn't even tell him. But the irony is, if you're stealing something,
You're not going
you're not
to
going to
know.
let them know,
Yeah.
are you?
No,
You're not
no.
going to leave a note.
No.
So
I was just trying
So,
to put
yeah,
it into
she was
perspective.
putting
It
it
would be
into
good.
perspective.
I mean,
Again.
or, like
Yeah.
that's something that like a Batman villain would do. They'd
Yeah.
leave a note.
Yeah,
They would.
And,
the
like,
Joker.
Yeah, the
you
Joker
know,
or like
just-
Riddler or something.
Yeah. I just want to mention that my cognitive abilities were not intact this week. I've just come out of exams. I normally
Yeah.
wouldn't say something that's stupid. I've been at uni for 5 years now.
Yeah.
I'm quite
Yeah,
smart.
But it did make me feel better. It did make me feel better.
Thank
It
you.
uplifted my day.
Yeah. Third time
Enough
that's
because you
happened to
dropped
him.
it because you dropped in the group chat straight away.
I
as well.
did. I was like,
Yeah,
quote
yeah.
of the week, guys.
Yeah.
Let's make this a thing.
Let's
Yeah.
make this.
Yeah.
a
So
first
it's
quote of the
clearly
week.
made an impact.
That's our
just
quote
the
of
way
the
I
week.
wanted.
And Will's got his own little segment on a podcast.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I think
shout
it'll be
out
tough.
to Will. Shout out to
Will,
Tiger.
our
Yeah, shout out
roommate.
to Tiger.
That's
It's more of
his
an
little
inside
pet
joke,
name.
but he
Yeah.
really is one, isn't
And
he?
Dan, you went to school with Will, didn't you?
Yeah.
What
I
are
went to
your
school with
thoughts
Will,
on
and
him?
I played,
Give us
I
the
played
inside
footy with
lead.
Will
Queries
for a
and
long time.
concerns.
Thoughts, queries, concerns.
Yes.
We
That was
live
great.
with him, so we have good insight, but we'd love to know his previous,
Yeah,
his
what was his
past.
life prior to us? We just don't know.
Oh, he was great.
It was great.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it was fun. We drink.
Just a normal
Drink.
schoolboy. We
Yeah.
think we've changed him for the better.
Probably. I mean, that's the other thing. I've never lived with him. Like association
we
with
have-
Will
we have-
was.
He's
yeah.
the dad of the house.
he
He's a very
is-
good roommate.
he's a
the
good
man
roommate.
of the house. Yeah.
Mm.
He as much as we've changed him for the better,
He's changed
he has
us.
changed us.
Yeah.
In a
Yeah.
good way. So yeah.
Yeah.
I do love him.
And
Absolutely.
we're moving with Will next year,
Yeah.
Remy and I, because
Since
she's
leaving
off.
us for London.
Au revoir, bitches.
She's not mad about it.
Au revoir, hot bitches.
Hot bitch. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I am very sad about leaving.
Yeah.
both
We
of
might
them.
have to do it over.
We should next.
Jump on the Zoom.
Yes.
So we do-
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Organise some.
Dare I
Sometimes
say?
get Chi and
Next
Belle
potty,
involved.
we have like little
Yeah.
pre-drinks.
Yes.
About to
Yeah.
go out,
We
get
need-
ready with
yeah.
us.
I've got
vibe.
ideas for a baking podcast. I've got
Yeah.
ideas
Ooh,
for
yes.
a
The
drunk
baking.
podcast.
Yes.
Baking drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Or
nice.
Pilates podcast.
Pilates
We should do a
podcast.
Oh my
reformer
God.
podcast.
Or
Oh.
mimosas and samosas. There were talks
Yeah,
of
there
having
was
a
mimosas and
a
samosas.
little bit
Ooh,
of a
I do
Mexican
love a
theme
samosa.
tonight. Is a
No.
mimosa
No,
Mexican?
Samosas like Indian.
Yeah, they are.
Shit.
They are.
What am I
Oh,
thinking
girl.
of?
No, mimosas, the orange juice.
Mimosas,
and
orange
Oh,
juice, and
champagne.
why was I
champagne.
thinking it's like this mocktail? I'm so sorry.
Mimosa.
It was different in my mind.
It's
I
like
was
a
thinking
morning
it was like
orange
some
juice
sort of
and
Mexican.
Were you
champagne.
thinking of margarita?
I must be. That's it. I
Oh.
hate
Yeah.
margs, but
Oh.
Well, for more reason than one.
yeah, but we won't.
We
We won't get into that.
progress.
We're not going to get into that. It's a
There's,
bit of a
uh,
touchy
We
subject.
can reveal that over our little.
If you want to
margarita
hear more, we
segment.
will
Yeah,
tell
like
you the
that.
margarita story. If
Yeah.
Comment
we-
down below if you
comment
want
down-
us to come back on the
I
potty.
think
Yeah,
people gonna,
listen maybe
do you have
twice.
more of a description box? Can we put our Instagram names
Yeah.
in there? Can
Yeah.
people start DMing us? We would love that.
Do you have an
Yeah.
Instagram page for the podcast?
Not for the podcast. I just share it on my own one, but
Oh,
on
okay.
the
Well, let's
in
do
the
a
episode
plug. What's your
description
plug?
Yeah.
Have a
for my
Yeah.
username
Shameless
handle.
plug?
Yeah, Beer
Yeah.
Battered Boy.
Be a battered boy.
Beer
Yeah.
battered boy.
Beer Battered Boy. But yeah, no, I put all the IG links in the episode description.
Do we have a
yeah,
theme
I share
song?
them.
Should we create one for you?
Yeah.
No, go for it.
Be a battered boy. He's gonna be batter some chips.
That was shocking.
Started so
start
strong.
Start again.
We'll think of
we'll
Yeah.
make one up.
Yeah.
That was a pretty poor
Next time we're on the
Yes.
potty, we will come.
And we'll
Prepared.
have a song prepared. Yeah, absolutely. So
But yeah, so we did that. So
we
the
get
week.
distracted, don't we?
Yeah, it's
We've got
easy.
so much to chat about.
Pits and Peaks. Well, we wanted to do that.
Yes.
Okay, who wants to kick us off?
Ram, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. Well, I've actually got something prepared. Yeah. Should I start with the pit or the pig? You know, bad to good or good to bad?
I
Go
reckon.
Pit?
Pit to good.
And then go pit.
Yeah. Okay.
Pit
Yes,
to
okay.
pig.
So
And are we all
bottom,
doing-
top.
Am
yeah.
I doing both of them at one time?
Yeah.
All right.
Rem's pit and peak of the week.
I forgot what I was starting with. My
The
cognitive
pit, the pit,
ability is
pit,
just
pit.
declining.
Pit.
Ooh, what was
I
my
like
pit?
how we all just
We've
said
got
different
a few.
things.
We've got a few. We wrote them down prior to coming.
Oh, that's
we wouldn't
good.
forget.
My pit of the week.
Yeah.
Why is that? That's not a pit of the week, is
Oh,
it?
no, that's the peak of the week. Right?
Oh no!
Oh, what's your pit of the week?
What is the worst thing that's happened? This is so.
Yeah, we've actually got.
Oh, well, I must say I'm an avid Bachelor watcher. Bachelor, Bachelorette, Love Island, all that
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the trash.
Trashy stuff.
All the
We
trash,
love
reality
trash.
TV.
Big
That is what we
hey
live
you
for.
subscribers in this
Oh,
household.
we
actually-
are.
We're not at this
we're
point.
not at this
yeah,
current-
yeah, we
used
are.
to.
No, we've gotten rid of that. Again, back to the uni
Ah,
payment
shit.
time.
Yeah,
We can only
okay.
afford so much.
Ah.
Hey You is not one of them at the
Stan,
moment.
though, because I wanted to watch The Hobbit. But
I've got Disney
we're
Plus.
using it for
Yeah. We've got Netflix.
We've got a few on stand now.
Yeah. So back to Batchy. The grand final aired this week, and it was absolutely horrendous.
What made it bad?
The ending. I don't know if
Right,
anyone.
I haven't watched it yet.
I don't want to give you
watched it,
spoilers.
I'm yet to,
You know who won
rewatch.
though, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw an Instagram post pop up.
But,
Oh, so I
Yeah,
can say
yeah,
David.
yeah.
So spoiler alert, David.
Not gonna lie,
Not mad
I
about
loved
it.
Conrad, I
Conrad
really
and
hoped
Abby.
But see,
Conrad.
Conrad and Abby are a better pick, I think.
Yeah,
They
oh,
are. I think
yeah,
they
yeah.
mesh well together. I would have picked Conrad, but I think she has done well
Yes,
picking
yeah, yeah,
David.
yeah.
I do.
No, I do agree.
But the way that it was revealed, terrible to
No
say the
suspense?
least.
No
No
suspense.
suspense.
No,
No,
like
I must
old
admit.
times?
Do you know how they always
Hopeless.
Osher doesn't have the same effect that he normally does? He's also gone
I think his heart's
horrendously
not in
grey.
it
It's
anymore.
not.
The Green Goblin.
He does. And Grace, you have to do his voice.
Oh yeah. This is like every time he says
Over to
this,
Grace.
I have to say
It gets more
please take
dramatic.
some time now to say goodbye.
That is nice.
Thank
that is
you.
nice.
It's got the husk in it, you know.
And as
love
a
a husk.
speech
We love a
pathologist,
husk.
as a becoming speech pathologist,
Yeah.
terrible for your voice, which is
Well,
why I think it's stuck.
It's just
Tell that to
little bits
Osher.
of air,
Tell that to
little
Osher.
puffs of air.
You know what's very strange about that?
What?
I really love his podcast, and he sounds.
Does he have a potty?
Yeah.
We're
Osher could-
coming for you, Osher.
Yeah, we're coming for Osh. He sounds nothing like that. That was like such a different.
That's how he
Wow.
Because like
Oh.
he's super.
Have you ever
upbeat.
watched Bachelor?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well, you will
There you go.
listen
Oh, like
to
I've watched
that
it every now and
you
then,
have
but
to
like
listen to that
yeah.
particular line, and it is the same every time. So airy,
So
Like very
One of
airy.
so
So
feel a
airy.
breath of air, but
Yeah.
it pause for effect. It really does work.
And
Like, it does
so,
work.
talk more about the ending.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so-
goodness!
You
Well,
know
that's
how
the-
they usually trick the viewers?
Yeah,
They
all the
don't
time.
do
And I
that.
feel like they've been progressively getting better with that tricking. Like sometimes there would obviously be two final contestants, and you know you'd get to the end. They would always, you know, right until when they'd arrive in the car, you'd learn what their dresses look like, their shoes.
Yeah.
And then
You'd see the dress hop out of
Yeah.
the car, and you're
and
like,
then it would, you know, go to ad break.
Yeah.
And then come back, it'd be the other dress hopping out of the car. So then, you know, you'd finally
Yeah.
knew who it was because they always do. They obviously let the other person go first so that they can be happy at the end.
Yes, of course.
And it got better because then
They do their pit before the
I
pig.
think it
They
was-
absolutely do.
I
like
think
us.
it was last year. That is right.
Yeah.
I think it was last year, and then they switched it, and it got better because you thought someone was getting out of the car, and then all of a sudden the other person gets out of the car,
Yeah.
and they're doing that switch.
yes.
This year, none of that.
So they just booked
Well,
out.
gets worse. Brooke admitted who she loved on the final
Yeah,
date. Not to
prior.
them, not to them, but to the
What?
audience in her singular interview.
Yeah.
We
Although-
knew who she loved.
Yeah.
Hated
Although,
it.
do you remember a few seasons ago, where who was
Honey
it?
Badger. Honey
No,
Badger didn't pick anyone.
um,
Matt.
No,
Matt?
no. Someone admitted they loved both finalists.
I think that.
Oh, yeah.
Who was that?
Oh,
Was it a girl or a boy?
Irina. Who was that guy?
Oh, last season, Lockie.
Lockie told
He
both
admitted
girls
that he loved them.
both
That's
of
and
them.
then he, yeah.
And then
Love's
yeah.
a big
And
word.
so on
And
their
because
final
the-
date, he mentioned that he loved them both,
And then-
they both thought they were going to win.
literally, and then the girl who didn't end up winning was
Brooke.
like, I'm definitely going to win. Like, he told me he loved
No,
me.
not
Bella.
Bella. Sorry,
Bella
Yeah.
Morales.
And then
Yeah.
at the end, she's like, how can he tell
How
me
can you have
he
someone-
loves
I
me?
love
me?
Yeah.
And then, just let me go.
Oh,
So,
my
yeah.
goodness. So, but I don't know. I just think that, well, see, the thing is, Brooke didn't tell the other one that, so it was obviously Jamie Lee. This was the first
bisexual.
Yeah.
You've really got to
Poor
watch it. I think you'd love
Yeah.
it.
We
It
should
was
have
the first
batchy nights
bisexual
together.
Yeah,
have
we
some
can-
cheese and wine.
We can go back
Yes.
over it
We
all.
love
Get
it's
some
great. It makes for
capsicum
great
dip.
viewing.
Can I
But
just say one of us would make a fabulous
Oh,
bachelorette?
I reckon
always-
I'd be so indecisive up there. I'd be like, I don't know.
But see,
Yeah.
we always said we'd be great as
Oh,
contestants.
Contestants,
yes.
the three of us.
Yeah.
It'd be a
Oh.
bit butthurt. What if we all got to
Would
the
we
end?
be the villains or the
Ooh.
goodies?
What if we made it
Absolutely the
villains?
villains.
The villains.
Yeah.
We
See,
get
we'd
a
be the
bad-
three most hated, and we'd have, you know how there's always one that the bachelor or bachelorette has to have a conversation with,
Yeah.
and then kicks them out, not in the rose
We'd be
ceremony.
the
but
most
just kicks them
If
entertaining.
they
out.
kicked any one of you ladies out, I'd be there with you.
I'm coming with her.
In solidarity,
Get me
we'd
the
walk
limo
away
as well.
together. Yeah, I'm not shocked, and I feel like we'd all
Yeah,
make that decision.
I agree.
But yeah,
We can rally.
We
I
can
digress.
rally.
But awful
Yep.
finale,
Yep.
awful. Really happy with who she ended up with. Did not like the way that it was aired.
No.
I
Pit
love
of the
how
week.
that question could be like a one-worded response, but,
But
we
have
just
absolutely
stretched it out to about
stretched
10
it out.
minutes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Peak of the week. Peak of the week,
I'm
Rem.
sorry, I've got to move on. Peak of the week. Oh, I'd like to give a shout out to Florence Cafe.
Oh,
One particular thing happened to me this Saturday. Oh my goodness, and it made for a great day. So Saturday and Sunday, again, I really am stretching this out. I'm so sorry. Saturday and Sunday, they make the most beautiful cakes. They show it on their stories. Tastes even better than it looks. And
Ooh.
it does.
You have
it
my
does.
attention.
We should do a
Oh my
podcast at
God.
Florence. We should do a long lunch podcast.
oh, that would be
really
fun.
like that.
We should, or
idea.
we could do our own long lunch here.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
a cheaper version.
Yeah.
Yes.
We get a
Goodness.
ham. We can make a Christmas ham.
Oh my god.
Christmas.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Lunch
it's
podcast.
happening.
Yeah,
Sorry,
to be-
sorry.
sorry.
So anyway, I ordered a slice of cake, and to my absolute surprise, I got 2 slices for the price of one.
That's
and the
the
cake was beautiful.
It was
Orange and
good.
pumpkin
That's
cake,
Lots of icing.
mascarpone cream,
Yep.
Ah,
layered in the middle.
God damn it.
Beautiful cake. Only paid
Fabulous.
for one slice. I thought I might have turned up to the counter and had to pay for 2. Wouldn't have been mad because it was beautiful. Had to pay for one. And
That
that
is
is my
perfect.
peak
Absolutely.
of the week.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
I'm sorry, I'm finally done.
We love
No,
it.
no,
Goodness
that's so
me.
good. No, I love good cakes. So it was orange and
And pumpkin.
It was delicious with a mascarpone cream.
Mascarpone
Yeah,
cream.
so
I
good.
didn't know how I'd feel about the pumpkin because there was a lemon tart and it was really
Oh,
hard to
yeah.
decide
Lemon tart
with the
for a tart.
meringue.
It was really good.
Oh, but no.
pumpkin
Oh
and
my-
cake. Oh, fuck. It's like that's. I mean, I love.
Oh,
I love
It's
like.
intriguing.
It
Yeah, it's
really is.
yummy.
And
Well,
I was
because
so-
pumpkin can be quite sweet.
Exactly,
Pumpkin's
which is
gone.
why.
Oh,
You
I
know,
was
yeah,
just going to
pumpkin
say,
buns
they're one of my
scones.
favourites.
Yeah.
Or like a pumpkin pie with like
I've
a
never
marshmallow
had a pumpkin
topping.
pie.
I've never had pumpkin
pumpkin
pie.
pie.
We should
Thanksgiving.
host a Thanksgiving dinner.
A friend's Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think. Oh, and it was in the fridge. You know, she recommended
okay.
it. And,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, she
If
made-
it's in the fridge, you know
waitress
it's
made a-
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she made
yeah.
a
You know that
perfect
there's
decision.
dairy products in there if it's in the fridge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Good
the
Good
cream.
stuff.
Everything was perfect.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Great start to my Saturday.
That's such a good. Wait, so that was the first thing you had on a Saturday?
It really was. And
Oh, that's
their,
perfect.
Their mocha coffee. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's
Beautiful.
Where is
combo.
this cafe?
It's in
Camp Hill.
Camp Hill.
Very
Yeah.
close to here.
Lovely.
Yeah, I was going to
Far
say
away.
you went a very long way.
That's
there.
why maybe
Well,
we
it
do
is
We do
worth
anything
the
for food.
trip.
Like,
We love
Yeah.
food.
absolutely anything.
Anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we
Yeah.
honestly will.
God.
Good food, we're there.
Ew. Who wants to go next? Grace, Cheek?
I'm
Check.
happy to if you want. So
Yeah.
I do have 2 little pits.
Okay.
So
Spit them out.
I'm currently working as a nurse, and today I had a patient who claimed he was blind. He told me he was blind. I didn't know at first that he wasn't, but anyway.
Oh,
I
you
was-
take
I
the
was-
patient's word.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
You take his
Anyway, I was walking him to the toilet, and he was about to have a shower, and anyway, he reaches out and touches my boob, but I didn't think anything of it.
Because he's blind, right? He can't
Oh my
see.
god, yeah.
And
yeah.
He's
Anyway,
not sure of what
He's
he's
not
touching.
sure what he's touching.
He thought it was your hand.
Yeah.
Hoping for the best.
You know,
Could be a
like
shoulder.
He didn't know
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
He played it off well by the sounds.
Later that day, I found out that he was not, in fact, blind.
Oh, Jesus
I know.
Christ.
Yeah, a bit
But you know what? Power move by him.
Yeah,
Power
absolute
him by me.
power move.
for you,
Power
pick
move.
for him.
Yeah.
Peak of the week.
Peak of the week for patient number 37.
You
And-
fulfilled
yeah.
someone's dreams.
Bloody hell. And there was this other lady. I know I shouldn't be talking about patients, but you know, confidentiality. I'm not
You're
naming
covering all
names.
bases.
Yeah,
No names.
nothing.
No.
Anyway,
We
there
don't know
was this lady.
anything.
No.
Exactly. There was this lady.
Could have been anyone.
And I was in with her, like, doing a bed sponge for about 30 minutes, shower, like, you know, cleaning her,
Yeah,
changing
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Thankless job
She did a
nursing
big
is.
poo, and she didn't even thank me for it. And then she got mad at me. She It was so rude to me. I actually had to turn around and say to her, "Excuse me, can you stop speaking to me like that? I'm here to help you." And like, she did not say thank you once.
That's
me.
rough. That is
You
so
know
rough.
what? I don't mind helping them as long as you're grateful
Yeah.
and, you know,
Manners go a
Sure.
long way.
Yeah, exactly.
Manners go a long way.
exactly.
Would I not even be grateful? Just feign being
A thank
grateful.
you is
Yeah.
free.
Just a
A
way.
thank you is
Anyway,
free, and
a
it takes
thumbs
you
up.
all of a
Yeah.
second.
Very
It takes
thankless
all of
job.
2
It
seconds.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
And your peak.
And anyway, my peak,
Yeah.
definitely seeing my family. So my brother's been over in London for the past 2 years, and I
Yeah.
haven't been able to see him since COVID.
Right,
But
yes.
he finally got out of quarantine yesterday. No,
What a
not
joy it
yesterday.
was.
3 days ago.
Wednesday.
Thursday.
And
Thursday. Day of the week it
anyway,
is.
so
3 days ago.
My family has spent the past 3 days with me in Brisbane.
Oh,
So that was very nice.
Eating, drinking,
Yes.
foodie,
Yes.
doing things
Foodie.
for food.
Yeah.
Yes.
Best meal? Best meal?
Best meal, probably at Rickshaw's in Burleigh. Or
Okay.
Hellenica.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Have you been?
No.
We'll take
Yeah.
it.
I've only heard good things.
Add
though.
it to the list.
If this podcast
Wait, isn't
blows up, we
Hellenica?
can-
Is that's the one at the Carlisle?
Yes.
Yes. Delicious.
Yes. No. So what I've had from there, I was doing a presentation for work, and it was there, and they did the what do you call it? Let's let's give it down in the peanut gallery. We got the mics and pick you up. Okay.
Keep it down. There's only
Keep it-
4 people on this podcast,
Yeah.
and it's not you. Sorry, back to Hellenica.
Sorry.
Work function.
Look at him, he's
What do you do for
sad.
work? We haven't even asked what Dan does for work. We don't even know. What do you do for work?
Oh, I just work in digital comms.
Just in digital comms.
Just digital
Just
comms.
digital
I thought
comms.
you were a comedian.
Yeah, I do that as well.
Yeah, side hustle.
comedian. You're right. You're right. I
hustle.
should say comedian first.
Yeah,
and then,
absolutely.
comedian
Podcaster
first.
before comedian too.
Yeah.
'Cause it's going to blow up.
Yeah, definitely. It is now. Podcasting, so podcasting, comedian, working in digital comms, all that fun stuff. But yeah, no, I did a work presentation that wasn't for podcasting or being a comedian, and it was at the Carlisle. So, and they were doing the
Wow.
catering, and it was
Nice.
a
Amazing.
fucking.
Isn't it beautiful?
So good.
You know what the strangest part? It was very
Yeah.
90s. There was a fucking like
Really?
like prawn cocktails.
Oh, I saw
I've
one
seen
walk
them.
past and there was like prawns
Yeah.
hanging out
And
of
it's
a cocktail
like
glass.
fingers.
scares
I've
me
seen
more
the
than a prawn
photos.
cocktail.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I got to get in on this. I got to get I got to get a
Gotta
bit
get a
of
prawn
this.
cocktail.
Yeah, I got to get a bit of this Master Foods cocktail sauce into me. Like,
Very 80s, very puberty
Yeah.
blues. Like that's
Seafood
something that they'd
sauce.
have on
Yeah.
puberty blues.
it was very like swinging safari kind of
Yes,
situation.
yes.
Oh,
And
man.
Glace, that's Grace's other name, by the
Yeah,
way.
Glace or Glace.
Glace,
Yes.
what
yes.
was your pit and peak?
So
of the
my
week?
No, did we hit you?
Yeah, we did both. No, but
Peak of the week was the family.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Did you want to go next?
Yeah. I can go next. So pit of the week. I don't know. It's actually been a really good week.
That's
actually,
always nice.
No, yeah. Like
It's nice.
legitimately, if I was to come up with a pit of the week, if it was, I was waiting on a package to arrive, and then it got held up for a couple of days,
That's
and they didn't
annoying.
notify me, and because like I was trying to work from home,
bloody
so I'd be
Australia
here.
That
Post.
gives me the absolute roaring
Because it was
shit.
kind of
I
it
hate
was
that.
like a little bit. Oh well, no, it was for the. I mean, yeah, it's on this podcast. It's for my new Xbox, which came, and it was like, yeah. And it was like, so I was just like, and because they're hard to get, I was a little bit distrusting of like, I
see.
didn't want the
Fair
postie to take away
call.
with it.
Yeah.
Didn't want it to go to the post office.
You always think worst case scenario,
You do.
don't you?
Yeah.
You can't help but
particularly
think
when
that.
you've dropped some money on it. You know,
yeah.
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah.
it's just
Absolutely.
sitting there in someone else's hands.
Yeah.
You don't know.
It was So anyway, ended up all's well ends well.
It arrived,
It arrived.
Oh,
I've got
thank
it.
you.
It's so
Woohoo.
good. It's all good.
turned into a peak.
A peak. Well, yeah, the peak of the week. I reckon. So there's 2 peaks. I got 2 peaks this week.
It's always good.
One, Black Friday deals.
Oh, I did buy a top
Yeah.
today,
Yes,
actually.
Black Friday.
True.
Very
Yeah.
cute. I'll
So
give you a little
Black
Very,
Friday.
very specific
and-
Black Friday deal.
Okay, okay.
Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
30 pack of Pepsi Max, $16.
No, that is criminal. I wish
should've
we had
alerted
found that.
Yeah,
We knew that we were Pepsi lovers, all of us.
yeah.
Oh,
It's just like
bloody hell.
pretty much giving it away. Minor pit with that though. It was meant to come with 1 can of like the new Coke No Sugar, and
Oh, yeah.
that just never came.
Oh,
I was
Oh,
like,
those
Oh.
bastards.
I was like,
Rude.
but also whatever. Who cares? The second pit of the second peak of the week.
Yeah.
They've changed the lobby in my work building because they're trying to add in some more retail spaces.
Right.
So to train us,
Yes.
much like you would train a dog, for us to use the new door, there'd be a giveaway every day.
Bit of
really?
Pavlov's
No to
dog
go-
situation.
Yeah, so we'd know
Positive
to go
reinforcement.
precisely.
Oh.
So day one was a Kit Kat and a free
Oh,
coffee.
Kit Kats are so
Are
good.
you kidding me? That
Kit
is
Kat and-
unreal.
Kit Kat and a free
Serious?
coffee. Oh, I don't think it gets better.
Yeah.
Day two was kombucha, like cans of
And
kombucha.
you're a kombucha drinker.
I
So
love
you've
it,
got a
yeah.
sip for me.
Gotcha.
I'm a boocher bitch.
Are you from
and,
Byron Bay?
Boocha bitch.
Yeah.
Love that.
I love that.
Day
Creative.
3 was those, is it like Dipolo, the Dipolo brownie cubes?
I can't.
I don't know
say
Dipolo.
What?
Polo.
A brownie cube?
Yeah,
That
I'd
sounds
like to try
phenomenal.
it, though.
They are so fucking good.
Oh.
They're like dense and moist. And it's,
Oh my
mwah.
god.
So
I
good.
love that sort of I love that sort of fudgy brownie.
Everybody. Ooh, that was nice. It's like Wolfpack vibes, like howling at the moon.
Pack mentality.
Day 4
Oh, there was
was cinnamon donuts.
Oh,
Can I just say, Donut King fresh
Oh.
cinnamon
Oh,
These
yeah.
donut.
were- these-
Quite
this
like
is
cannot
what they
beat
were.
it.
Donut King,
This is
yeah.
what they were.
no Donut King.
Well, it wasn't Donut King, but it was like the really hot, crispy, like super oil, kind of like oily ones as well. And you're
my
like, oh, so this is a deep fried donut.
Yeah.
And then day 5. Day 5 wasn't the most disappointing
What
because
was
it
day 5?
was just like one of those like cookie biscuits where it's just
next.
like a plain one with like a coloured ice and with no real flavour on it.
Oh,
They're
boring.
clearly
But-
running out of ideas at this point.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, come on, guys. Like,
Yeah.
How
You've
long
done
is this
so
going to
well.
last?
Apparently it was only last week.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Which I really hate. I'm
That
like,
sucks.
keep this up till Christmas, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
Team
absolutely.
morale would have improved
That's
dramatically.
some sort of perfect
Are you excited
advent
for
calendar.
Christmas?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Christmas is like 26 Christmas just gets weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not weird. It's
Not
just
the
kind of
same
like
effect.
it was one of those. Once you start having my own money,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
I don't need
Christmas
to
is
wait till
different.
Christmas.
You know
Yeah.
what?
So,
buy
like-
your
When-
own gifts.
When
So, like,
you...
if-
Oh, you...
Yeah, I was just saying, like, even like I always struggle to like think of what I want at Christmas whenever
Yeah.
someone would ask me. But now it's just kind of like, oh, well, I bought it 3 weeks ago. Like,
Yeah.
what do you like?
Yeah.
And I
You
feel
know-
as though when you have your own money, you have to start buying other people
Exactly.
gifts. It's no
And
longer from
you
the
know
parents.
what? I
Well, you
hate
do,
to
yeah.
say it. It was never the same. Like,
We might have young
When-
viewers, Chia. We
Ooh.
might.
Do we have young viewers?
have
What's
young
our sort of
viewers on
age
this
range? We
podcast?
don't want to make spoilers.
Oh,
in terms
yeah, of course.
Maybe
Of
not.
course.
Maybe not.
Yeah, when you found out that some work was outsourced, is that what you're getting at?
Yes.
that was indeed.
Yeah.
You know, it was never the same.
No,
Yeah.
and you get to, you know, at then you run out of time to write letters as you get older. I think
Yes.
everyone experiences
yeah.
that, and I miss,
Yeah.
I miss doing
Yeah,
that.
I found out about this outsourcing at the hairdresser actually. and
At the hairdresser.
Yeah.
absolutely traumatic.
It
Yeah.
is traumatizing.
Traumatizing.
I was more pissed off. You just
Yeah. Can we ask about ages that this realization occurred?
Well, yeah, because I had two. I had like some guy at school was just like, "Are you aware of the outsourcing?" I would have been like 10,
Oh, that's see
And,
that.
like, there was one-
too
but it was one-
early.
but it was
Yeah.
too early. Most people say that's too late.
Oh, I was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
I was 12. I was year 8.
But also,
I think I was year 10.
Yeah, I
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
15.
Wow. Okay.
The funny thing
dream.
was, mum and dad, even though we knew and we had admitted to them that we know
About this outsourcing.
about
Yeah.
the outsourcing, my mum still pretended that it was, you know,
Oh, mum still does that. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
would thank her for
Yeah,
The gift.
absolutely.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
She'd
mum
be
still.
like, I didn't get it.
Mum
I
still.
didn't get it.
Yeah.
But the dream lives on, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Keeps Christmas
And they,
alive.
my
really
parents
does.
would even go that extra length and
Yeah.
get kangaroo poo and bring it inside
See,
the
that's
house,
beautiful.
scatter it
That
around.
is a step
that's
above the
the
rest.
best. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really nice.
Step above.
Yeah, that is very nice. So we'd wake up to kangaroo
Yeah.
reindeer poo in the house.
Yeah.
Speaking of Christmas, watched my first Christmas movie last night, actually on
Oh,
Channel
what'd you
9.
watch?
Oh, Love
Well,
Actually.
I watched Love Actually, but
Oh,
I
but
see,
on
I'm
Channel
very
9
limited.
with the ads.
I'm very
Oh.
limited in my Christmas movies. I only watch
Elf.
Elf with
She-
Will Ferrell. That's all you need to watch at Christmas
Yeah.
time.
Love
I-
Actually is
best-
my favourite.
The best Christmas
movie.
movie is Elf. Like, don't come at me.
You know what I watched for
every
the
word.
first time last year?
Elf.
It's a Wonderful Life.
I've never seen it.
Never
Like
seen
the
it.
classic Christmas movie from like the 30s and 40s.
Yeah,
Never
no,
It
seen
is
it.
so
Have
it
not
is so
seen it.
dark, but I was like tearing up
So
at
it's
the
not
end.
like Elf. It's not a
Really?
feel-good family film.
Well, it kind of is, but it's like, but the purpose is like the guy, everything's going wrong. He's got a young family, and he goes to a bridge to kill himself.
Oh my God.
So sorry,
Holy
a bit
crap.
of if anyone's going through anything,
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
Lifeline. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
We'll put the number in the description box.
and an angel saves him and shows him what his life would be like if he'd never been born.
Oh, wow.
Okay, we need to watch
We
that.
need to watch A
absolutely
Beautiful
do.
Life.
Can we access?
There
Where
is-
Yeah,
can
it's
we
a
access
wonderful
it?
life.
Tonight.
I think
Where
it's
can we
on
access
Stan. Let me
that?
check.
Oh, and I've got a Stan account. There you
Grace.
go.
Can I just say-
Who's, do you guys you have Just Watch? This is just a shout out for one of my favorite apps. It's called Just Watch.
Yeah.
Where's that?
What's this?
You just No, well, it's just a
Just an
search
app?
algorithm. Yeah,
Yeah.
just an app. You just
Love
go,
that.
It's a Wonderful Life, and it'll let you know where it's
So that
streaming.
saves that Google sifting around trying
We
to
need
work
to start
it out.
doing a bit of a recommendation segment.
Absolutely.
And look at that. It's a Wonderful Life available on...
Stan. Please be
Stan.
Stan.
Woo! And
So
I have
good.
just paid $10 for a subscription.
And what a great purchase that was.
It was good.
My favorite Christmas
1946 it
movie,
came out.
hands down,
Jeez.
is called A Christmas Story. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, is that the
No.
one with the little claymation?
The little boy.
Yes,
and
yeah,
he
yeah,
wants like a rifle for
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah,
Oh.
so good.
I always watch it with my grandma every
Oh,
year. We
seems
have this
nice.
one day, I think a few weeks leading up to Christmas, where we make Christmas puddings together. And all of our cousins go over there. We all make the puddings, and then we have some food, and we just.
I
you
love
know,
these
chill.
traditions.
Yeah, me
We've
too.
been
So
doing it
good.
since we were
So
babies,
nice.
and we just watch Christmas movies like A Christmas Story and then The Polar Express. Another,
Polar Express.
another unreal one.
Polar Express would be my
seen
top.
The Tokyo Drift rendition of the
No.
Polar Express. on
I
the
didn't
ice.
even realise there was one.
What the
That-
fuck are you?
Tokyo Drift, just YouTube
Yeah.
it, Tokyo Drift. You know that song? Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
yeah.
you know
I
that one?
wonder...
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah.
It's on Tokyo. It's Tokyo Drift, Polar Express, and it's the train sliding on the ice. You know when Tom Hanks just loses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they do the train. Give it a watch. It's hilarious.
Okay,
Oh, I
that's
really
so
have to.
funny. You will.
fun little crossover with Fast and Furious,
Yeah,
one of my
yeah.
favorite franchises.
Yeah, can't say I've watched any of them.
I have.
No.
I
Yeah.
have a brother, and he loves that sort of
It
idea.
is very much a friend. I think what they are an amazing form of world creation,
Okay.
where they've now created like a movie universe where literally anything can happen and it's believable.
There you go.
Spoiler alert: the latest one, in the most recent one, they go to space.
What?
And it's believable.
Yeah, and it's believable.
What number are they up to
Wow.
now?
They're up
might
to
I
9.
ask?
Like it's
Oh
actually.
my God.
They have a lot of
See,
spin-offs
I
too,
remember
don't they?
watching it
They've
with
got
my
one.
brother, and I just fell asleep.
I don't do
within
action.
the first 15 minutes.
They're just like like if you can turn your brain off and just like this is
enjoy
just
it.
and
Mind
enjoy it.
numbing.
Yeah.
It is not like an intellectual movie, but
Yeah.
it's just kind of like.
What's
You can
everyone's
appreciate
favourite
it.
movie around
Oh.
here?
Wait, no, Chris has still got her.
Guys, I haven't done my pin in my pee.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
We haven't even- I just realised.
No.
Wait,
Sorry,
no,
big
I'm so
girl.
sorry,
It's
Grace.
okay.
Grace, we are so sorry. We started talking
apologies.
Christmas.
I know. It was,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was me. It was me. I apologise. So my pit of the week, I think everyone can relate to this in the Brisbane area, is fuel prices.
Oh,
Ooh,
astronomical.
Disgusting. I went to fuel up my car.
It's almost as if
and
we shouldn't use it.
I had
you
to
know?
go. I had to go about
I'll
6
start
suburbs
walking
over.
everywhere.
I had to take the Mazda 2 on the Centenary Highway to get fuel at Jindalee. So where I was at, it was $1.93 a litre.
Yeah.
$1.93. That is just
Yeah. I
ludicrous.
I filled up with that the other day.
How much was it, Chi?
So
I don't
I
know.
usually pay around $50 to $60 to fill up.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, it cost me over $100.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Easy.
I know.
I actually haven't been able to fully fill up my car. I can only half fill it because
Yeah.
I just do not see the point in paying 100
I know,
over
but
100.
apparently it's going to spike up to $2.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not.
what
Don't tell me that.
$2
I can't handle that.
Holy
Everyone go to
hell.
Jindalee. Jindalee, Amcol.
Everyone buy a go-kart.
Ampol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone use
Yeah.
your legs.
Yeah.
Get
So
on
that
the
was-
pushies.
That was my pit of the week, but it was 163, which isn't great, but we'll
that
take
is
it.
good
Yeah.
considering-
Oh, you'd make the
Considering-
trip out there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So I took the
Did you stop in
car,
at the
but-
bakery?
No,
Local
I didn't.
yeah, you always go stop in the bakery.
I don't.
I remember a year
didn't.
ago it was 99 cents.
Yeah,
What's happened?
COVID times.
Oh.
So that was my pit of the week, was the fuel prices.
And
Yeah.
fair.
My peak of the week, I think right now. I think this podcast, this has been my
Oh,
peak of the week.
okay.
We just
She's
wanted
going for the
to secure
wholesome
another
one.
episode.
I'm just trying to
Yeah.
get us on another episode.
We've already got
I'm-
confirmation. So
I know,
don't-
I know,
yeah.
but I'm trying to think what else was my peak of the week been. Oh, actually, we because our house got sold, our owners came and mowed our lawns for us, which is always a lovely feeling.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Getting your lawn
Fresh
mowed
cut grass.
when you
Yeah.
don't have to do it.
Having Ben
Unbelievable.
mow it today, so
Oh.
good. I've just
Yeah,
been.
what a great end to your weekend.
Cutting
you
grass
know?
on a
Something
Sunday,
you don't
it's
have
a
to worry
moment.
about.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
was one of
moment.
those things
Smell.
where like I was thinking about it because I was around at my parents this morning. I'm like, I reckon Ben's a little bit hungover. I reckon
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
You're gonna have to do
mow
it.
the lawn.
You're gonna
But
have
no,
to
he
step
did
up.
it. He did it.
Oh.
I still got to do the edging, but I'll just do that throughout the week.
chore
That's fine.
you hate most?
Oh,
I don't know.
I've got mine. The
What's
washing.
Oh, just actually
The
just
washing.
weeding, just like
Weeding.
general
Yeah.
gardening,
Gardening.
maintenance
Fair call.
gardening.
We're
Hate it.
pretty slack.
Where-
in
Yeah,
that
in terms of
department.
gardening,
Yeah,
not
we
our
let
top
things
skill.
get
Yeah.
bad, but in terms of household chores, the washing, it is an excessive ordeal. You've got to go
Fair.
down, put it in,
Oh.
turn it on, get it out. get it
I
out, go, go, go.
despise taking out the bins. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
why.
Yeah.
It just grosses me out.
It's a very foul chore. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Well, you've got all, it's food scraps. It's literally the
But
shit you don't
when,
want to eat.
You know, I don't know. It's always tainted.
I don't
with
like
bad
it.
smells and juices dripping out onto your foot.
Oh, yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, it's
You've really
gross.
put it into perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deuces, bin deuces.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No.
That's rough.
I do love
That's not nice.
saying bin juices though.
Bin
Bin
deuces.
deuce.
Been deuces.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was very thankful that Ben mowed it, which is quite strange because the
Yeah.
last
It's always a nice
it's a
surprise.
weird coincidence in that the last 2 times the lawn has been mowed by the person who's the most hungover. So
Really?
yeah,
Maybe it's really perked you up, made you
Yeah.
feel better.
yeah. Well,
getting a bit
I
of
think
sun.
mowing the lawn's quite because you just put it on
therapeutic. I
put it
love
on a
mowing the
podcast,
lawn.
an audiobook, and like
But
you're
it's
just good
so
to go.
hot, you know?
Yeah.
You got to pick a good
It
time of the
is
day.
workout.
Oh, and have you seen our yard?
Yeah,
Oh, see,
well, we've just
I
briefly
have seen
Yeah,
the
yeah,
convenient
and it's
proximity
a
of it.
workout because it's just like it's massive and it's on a slant.
Do you have
so
a
like,
yeah, you got a hill. You
you
got
got
to
a hill.
deal with that upwards.
You got to deal with that. You got to
fall.
like mums and dads was an easy yard to
Yeah.
maneuver. It was nice. It was flat. It
Not
was
this
small.
one.
Not this one.
Not this one.
It's
Yeah.
another can of worms.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No. Okay. So we've done pits and peaks.
Pits
So
and
we've
peaks.
we've done
We've done
pretty
quote.
well. We've done
We're,
quote of the week. Do we want to finish up on this next one because we've done an hour 14?
Whoa.
Oh, yeah,
That's a long. That's a long
Yeah.
time.
It's
It
good.
doesn't feel that long.
It does not feel that long
No.
at all.
Is
I
that
was
how
just
you know
much
it's a
to
good
chat about.
podcast?
yeah, that's how you know it's a good
We
free
need
flowing
confirmation.
conversation.
Constant reassurance.
Yeah, this has been a very good podcast.
Oh,
I
this
think
has been
yes,
something
yeah.
we've been looking forward to all week.
All week.
So
That's good.
All week. I'm
excited, but also nervous
Yeah.
because we really wanted to do well. Like
And you
we
know
really
what?
wanted to
We've
make an
actually
impression.
got so much more we want to say. Like
Oh.
there's
Yeah.
so much more, but we
So
won't
much
keep
to chat
you here
about.
for hours.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So, do we want to finish on strange habits or PDA?
Oh, I feel like PDA.
PDA.
I feel like it's something
Okay.
that was discussed from the very
What are
beginning of
your
this.
thoughts on PDA?
Hit us off, Dan.
Okay. So,
PDA, public display of affection, just for anyone who does not know what PDA
PDA.
is.
For a public display of affection. I don't know, like kissing.
public?
Yeah, kissing.
You,
making
this is
out.
what you're okay with or not
this,
okay?
this is what I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I reckon
Cool.
anything more than like
Yeah.
making out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no good.
No
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, like keep it clean with the making out.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
no
PG.
wondering. No
What about
wondering
a D
hands.
floor hookie? Do you
Oh,
love
D
a
floor.
cheeky
Yeah.
D
Oh, D floor hookie. That's,
Yeah.
You're
We
in
all
the
love a
dark.
D floor.
Everyone's in the same boat.
Yeah,
I
the
feel
D
like-
floor. Yeah, the
Yeah.
D floor hookie is just
Anything
like
goes
it's
in
just
D
a
floor.
moment of freedom.
Oh.
That's real like protagonist shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Yeah.
really
Main
main
character.
character.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Having a hooky on the D floor. I've got to say though, I think when it is stark daylight,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you're at a family-friendly
Everything
venue,
can be seen.
and you're kissing someone, it's like, you know, poor little Trudy's there trying to do a colouring in on the kids' like
Yeah.
high chair. Just wait.
It's time
It's
and
time
place.
it
and
in.
it's time and place.
Like
It's
we have a friend, and it was quite uncomfortable. We were
Yeah.
all having dinner, and her family were all over.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this is rough.
her and her boyfriend were sitting on each other's laps. They were literally kissing each other's ears, like in front of the
yeah,
parents.
Front of
nibbling
the
each
pan-
other's ears. Like,
Oh,
and like
no,
whispering.
nibbling
No,
the
no, no.
ear. No, no, no.
And
no, no,
whispering.
no, no, no.
The
So you can
family,
only
and
imagine
like
what they're
She
family.
has
saying.
little cousins.
That
and
is
this
some
like a
real-
very
that's some
conservative
real, like-
family.
Yeah.
Like
That's
full
some
Catholic
real
family,
just
but
on heat.
Yeah.
literally,
Yeah.
and like
not
save
just her
it for
parents,
the bedroom.
Like her entire extended
Yeah,
family.
yeah, like
Aunties,
cousins,
uncles,
aunts.
grand,
young children.
And we,
are
as friends, were just
privy
sitting
to
at the
this.
end of the table,
Just not-
pinching each other underneath the table, going
because we
"What the
couldn't
fuck is
believe
happening?"
it.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was quite
Damn.
We didn't
gross.
know what to
Was
do.
it a new relationship? Like how new?
No,
was
they
this
had
relationship?
been
it-
dating
it-
for at least.
There's
a
been a
year,
few up
maybe,
and
like,
downs.
well out of the honeymoon stage. Like we're well past
okay.
that point.
It's like
So
coming
this
up
is
to
some-
2 years.
Oh,
Wow.
we've got some real stories to tell about
Okay,
this particular couple.
I mean, we could sit here and judge them,
but we
Yeah,
won't.
but we're not.
but
Because you know
but
what?
also fucking credit to them for keeping the fire alive.
Absolutely. You
Two
know what?
years
I'm
and
with
still
you.
in
Yeah.
the honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
Good on you.
It's
That's a
just
dream,
like,
I
no,
think.
But does little cousin Abby really want to see?
I mean, to be fair, also coming. Is anyone else here from like big families?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean
Not
that.
quite big. Oh, not like as in extended family,
Yeah.
or as in.
Yeah.
I think we all have quite big extended
Yeah, yeah,
families.
yeah.
Yeah, like that just
Yeah.
turns into remember that time?
Yeah.
So and so.
Yeah.
Just
I
got
thought-
real
yeah, you're
handsy.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It just
Well, I
becomes-
mean, clearly,
But,
we
but
still
if my
talk about it to this
grandparents saw
day.
me doing that, I think they would have a heart
Heart
attack.
attack.
Me
Yeah.
too. I think
Absolutely.
my
Yeah.
grandma, she'd
I
get
mean,
out the holy
Like I
rosary
was,
and start
I was
flinging out.
scared to hold Dan's hand.
Sorry, Dan.
Like
Like
in front
Lucia's
of them.
boyfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dan
not
was my
not
boy.
not this Dan, different Dan.
No,
I wish it was
different
you.
Dan.
Yeah.
And Lucia, the only one with a
Kidding, Dan. Love you.
Yeah, it's okay.
the only one with a
Wait,
partner.
which Dan are you saying kidding to?
To the one with a partner, Lucia, the only
Yes.
one with a partner.
Yeah.
What is your PDA rules? What are your
What
PDA rules?
are they unspoken?
Okay.
Have they been discussed?
So I don't mind.
Are
a
they
little-
differing between?
No. Oh, actually, I think my boyfriend is very conscious not to...
Respectful?
He's very respectful.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think he gets a bit frightened of showing me a bit of PDA. Like,
Yeah.
bit of tender love and care.
So I was seeing someone for a couple of months earlier this year.
Yeah.
I reckon I would have been similar to Manu, and like she kind of pushed me out of that area a bit. There was a little bit more like PDA at a bar and stuff like
Were you
that.
nervous?
Yeah, I was just so nervous. I was just like,
Yeah.
and it just, but by
Not
the
like
end of
you.
it, you're like, oh, it was fine.
So are
Yeah.
you nervous about other people looking, or are you nervous?
Look,
Like, it just feels like
Yeah.
it's never done before. Or,
Yeah, it was a little bit of that. And it was a
Okay.
little bit. It was like, oh, this is like a real kind of like it's almost like a very intimate
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
moment
It is.
being shared
It
with
is.
everyone.
and everyone
Yeah.
can see it. It's like it's a
Yeah.
public display
Exactly.
of affection.
It really
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
It's on.
Oh,
It's like
it's in the name.
Yeah.
you're showing it off to someone. Which
You are.
So it's
Well, I
different
feel
when
like
you're
it's,
at a
you know,
nightclub as a-
it's very exclusive, isn't it?
I feel as
you're
though
off
if you're
ba-
dating, there's no harm in holding someone's hand.
Absolutely
You know,
not.
one
I'm all
little
about
peck
the
in
holding-
cheek,
Yeah.
I
you know, a
like-
little kiss on the lips.
I think I like the idea of people knowing that that
Exactly.
you are my partner.
Or even like on the couch, if you're watching a movie,
Yeah.
like, you know, you're allowed to have
You
your
can
arm
do
around
that in a
someone.
respectful
Yeah.
way.
You don't have to be, you know, straddling them.
No.
Yes.
You know,
Don't have to nibble their ears.
No.
Exactly.
You don't have to
Just
suck on
hold
their
hands.
fingers.
But I feel as
No.
though
Oh, holy
I'm-
shit! What the fuck?
Have
What happened there?
There was I was watching this. It was what show was it where someone was sucking someone's fingers? I actually think it was Love Island,
Oh,
and they were in public and they're just like sitting on the beanbag like Love
Yes.
Island, anything goes, and this guy's
No,
just
I think
sucking
this
this
happened
girl's
recently.
fingers.
I think you and I were privy to this recently.
Mind you, everyone
Yes.
in the villa on Love Island's just like,
What is going on?
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's a very personal thing
So,
that can be kept in the bedroom.
I think
Yeah.
PDA, as long as you're thinking, all right, this is child friendly, you're fine. You're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holding hands,
Like, yeah.
kissing. There are many
Dan's
things
gonna
that you
hate
can
me for
do.
this, but I think he gets a bit scared in front of like others. Like, you know, if we're
Well, there's a
watching
very
movie,
fine line between nice and foul.
Say if we're watching a movie, this has happened like a few weeks ago. We were just in there watching a movie. Just you know, I had my head on his chest, and anyway, Will walks in, and then he suddenly gets up and moves away from me. I'm like, why? We've been dating for like a year. Like,
Not
you
only
know,
that,
Will
Will's lived with
knows.
us for a year. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like,
like,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Like, what's the harm in that? You
Yeah.
know, it's
I don't know. Maybe
ridiculous.
boys
maybe
have a
he's
different.
embarrassed. I don't
Well,
know.
as you said,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
you have a different perspective.
Yeah, but it wasn't even, you know,
You weren't in
sexual.
public.
It was just
you
like,
weren't in
Yeah.
public either. We
It
were
was
in a
just-
safe space.
Yeah, I
didn't
think
even
like
think
in that
twice about
situation,
it.
I would have been fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really just the public stuff that I was
Yeah.
kind of
It
like
made
that
it
was
look
new.
so sus that he got away from it, like
Yeah.
got away from me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Very questionable thing.
yeah, very questionable.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I have no more to say on the PDA chat.
Yeah.
That's me.
Oh,
Well,
That's me
that's
done.
it. That's
I think
it.
that's pretty
Well, that's it.
conclusive.
That's the freaking pod.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
wow. No, it's okay.
What a
It's been so
great
good.
First podcast
And to think we
for
had
us,
actually
though.
had so much more to get through.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we've
Next
got
time,
verbal
everyone.
confirmation of a further
200
podcast.
listens or more.
There
200
are
listens
more
or
to
more.
come.
Maybe less, you know?
So
Like,
maybe
if
I'll
we
just be running this on repeat in my car.
Yeah.
the number.
How does
share.
it actually work with views? Is it like
Can you see
different
them?
people, or is it like multiple?
Yeah, I can see multiple
listens.
listens, but I'm not quite sure. I haven't dug into the analytics enough
well,
to see
that's
if it's
fine.
one person listening multiple times or
Okay.
not. But yeah.
Well,
There you
don't
go.
dig into the
will
analytics
not
because to
dig
make it
into
to
it.
200,
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
what the three of us will be doing.
But yeah, no. So is there anything anyone wants to plug? Any promotion they have going?
No, I'm all good.
Well, we do have one promotion that I was thinking. I'm going to throw it out there if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for
it's
it.
It's one of our podcasts.
It's Lucia.
Hello,
Hello. Yeah.
this is she.
Shameless plug. It is shameless, but I'm really happy to promote it.
Yes,
La Dolce Vita.
On
It's-
Instagram.
It's a food Instagram. My sister
sweet
and I
life.
have.
Oh,
it's really
yeah,
cool.
definitely. Why would
Yeah.
you
Thank
share
you,
the plug
thank
that?
you.
Yeah, the Dolce Vita.
But
yeah.
my sister and
Dolce
I
Vita.
started this food Instagram page.
LDV.
Maybe
for
at the
short.
LDV.
start of the year.
Yeah.
So
At La
the Dolce Vita
Underscore
translates
Dolce
to
underscore Vita.
the sweet life
in
Yeah.
Italian.
in Italian because my sister and I are both Italian.
Nice.
Anyway, it's just a little
Check it
There it
out.
is.
little segment.
Instagram.
My
Instagram.
sister and I
We'll put it in the
description,
Instagram.
you
Yeah,
know?
we'll put it in the description
Absolutely.
for sure.
There you
If you need some recommendations on where to eat,
Yeah.
La Dolce Vita is the place to
and
go.
it's your
Beautiful
little food
pictures.
guide
Yeah.
around
Beautiful
Brisbane.
pictures.
It really
Beautiful
is.
picture.
And as of February next
2022.
year, it will be a guide to London.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
So,
Very
yeah,
excited.
If you're planning to get to London anytime next year,
Yes.
The Dolce Vita.
Please.
You covered.
Check it
out.
out.
You covered.
Touch wood. But yeah, awesome.
Well,
So yeah,
Thank you so much for having
me,
us.
Dan.
no worries.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much for
It's
coming
been
on.
It
Yeah, it's
absolutely
been
has
lovely.
been. The Pepsi Max, the
Keep
company,
us going, yeah.
the microphones, the chat.
Good food and good company. That's all you need. And
Yes.
we've got both here.
We've got both.
We're looking
It's been
forward to
been
the
so much
next time.
fun.
Yeah.
I have also genuinely been looking forward to this all week because I'm very
You're
excited.
making us blush.
I was like, I can't wait to see how this turns out. This is going to be a very interesting episode. So yeah.
It sure
I hope you mean
was.
that in a good way. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, interesting in a good way. I was like,
Okay.
I
We
was
can
like,
get into
yeah.
some I'm looking for a word right now and I can't find it.
Yeah.
Some more cut this out.
Invasive. Invasive.
Just
yeah,
get-
like more not in depth.
Just a bit more, just
More personal.
more
perhaps.
personal, more personal.
Relatable.
Relatable.
No.
I think
just
invasive.
Cathartic.
Saucy
I'd
topics.
love
That's a
to.
good
one.
I would love to do a night prediction where we film the night before we go out. We go
Yeah.
out and we come back and we tell all about the night because
That
we
would be
have
so
stories.
good.
Yes, we've got good stories.
I really like the idea.
Anyway.
I love the idea of a baking one. La Dolce Vita can now chime in.
Yeah.
Baking, going
They can
out,
sponsor.
mimosas and samosas. I really love where this is going.
Do
I
you think people have stopped listening at this point? Maybe?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not. This is like no. Like I reckon there's gonna be some that are definitely gonna be massive fans of this.
Okay.
I can think of a few people who will be loving this.
Shout out to you
Yeah,
guys.
shout out to them. Shout,
Yeah, radio career.
Shout out to the real
Shout out to
ones.
the listeners. You were the real.
Oh well, thank you.
Oh.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so
everyone.
much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks so much for coming on. My name's Dan Dennis. Until next time, bye.
Bye.